It's that boy Credo Burrito. What is happening, my boy? Got that pulled up. Credo. Puta madre. This is really good. Holy. Did I send you the picture of the mac and cheese I made? Amber and mac? Huh? I forgot how to cook noodles, like actual noodles. So I was like, that's why I was like, I need you to cook for me. Because I was like, bro, I hope I don't mess this up. Yeah, it does. The brand that makes. Yeah, I know. I have it. I think it's made by the same. I still have Cap. Oh, that's why. It's not in compliance with the U.S. Bill. Because so. Credo. Okay, so that's why. This is why TikTok was banning all these apps are banned. The act prohibits any company from distributing. Man fell back asleep. Oh, Rito, I saw that mic move, brother. I can't hear you. Oh, hold on, Rito.
Here we go. Come on like that. We back from another one. Here we go.
Yeah, it was me, Rito.
It's crazy.
There we go. I got you now. We're back now.
That's insane.
Huh.
So TikTok is back.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Fucking. Alright, man. I think Rams get the revenge.
Tell them let's do it again. Let's do it again. Do it again. You know what we doing. You know what we doing. Do it again. Do it again. Tell them from another one. Another one. Let's win. Let's do it again. Do it again. You know what
Because some people don't need TikTok.
Why do I need it?
Just shut your mouth.
Oh shit. Wait, what the fuck?
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of us though, like, so for me, for example, I think it's brain rot and a useless thing. You cannot benefit from it at all.
CDL viewers, it's Maven Sunday.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Nero, the one-man wrecking crew gets to do everything.
Yeah, but those
That will be a top 5 play all year long.
videos though are like made though to like keep you engaged, which YouTube does the same exact thing, but nobody likes to watch YouTube crap because YouTube's like not small 30-second bits of like information. This generation is so focused on exactly my point. You guys can't stay focused long enough to do anything. That's my point. Yeah.
You know, we got great
Exactly,
matches,
which is
football's on,
terrible.
and then I
Which,
saw that
why
Maven
would you want an
video,
app that caters
and now
to
I'm
that?
down for it.
That was just an absolute athlete.
I mean,
Okay,
sure.
but I'm saying, like, why would you want
jump
something
kick?
that
Yeah,
enables
sure.
you to do that instead of improving on yourself? That makes no sense. That's the problem.
What broke me in the intro.
That's my
But with
point.
that said, I did that like 5
It's like
times, bro. I
it
was sweating.
provides you an
Sweat
excuse
so
to
bad
basically
afterwards.
use the app and not be make yourself better in day-to-day life.
I should.
That's my point.
Can you imagine me? as
Because
an
like there's a
absolute
lot of
karate
people. There's
athlete?
also a lot of
Call
bad
Jason
crap on
Statham.
TikTok.
Love to see
Van
it.
Damme, maybe?
There's a lot of terrible
Today,
stuff
we're
that
gonna
like
have you
people go
talking
down the
about
rabbit
Duty,
hole and they find stuff. And there's
absolutely.
actually
I
people
did
that find
zero
hacks
preparation.
through
I'm ready to
TikTok.
rock.
Ready to rock, love it. Okay, well, we had some great matches yesterday,
Like,
but you missed the Purge show. You were on your way home. I know the reception
That's
wasn't
because
great.
you- okay.
You missed the Purge show.
You don't
So
pose
Joe and
a
I,
threat
after we did it,
to
because we
anybody.
cast the second match, right?
Okay.
We went out to a restaurant.
Okay, but that's my
down in
point though.
Grandview,
Is
had
like
dinner.
you
We're,
right now
watching
you're
the
like,
football
oh, my
game as,
situation's
Holmes
different.
was
Yeah,
getting
you're
calls,
right.
Just hanging out watching
Like,
it. And,
there's a lot of people that get censored
I
on
think I saw
TikTok
Abe's tweet
because
on
of like
Twitter.
their
It was like,
opinions and
"Purge
stuff
is
like that
final,"
because
and I
of
was
like
like, "Wait, what happened?" And I,
China,
like, checked the
because that's who
stats.
owns the app
Bro,
is
yeah,
China.
I mean,
He's gone.
It
So
was
like
the
they
single
get
greatest match we've
basically
seen so far
canceled
this
and
year.
they get
They got
basically
Listen,
like
I'd let him
banned
raise
from
them, I swear to
TikTok
God.
because of their
Okay.
views, and that's retarded.
Single
Probably do.
greatest match of the year. Break it down for me, Nameless. Why do you love this so much?
I mean, the guy just took over, right? Like, he went plus 25. He was going nuts. And, you know, he's a guy who typically, like, plays more of an
Anyways,
active role. But we
Pluto,
pointed
what's
out
up, brother?
yesterday in the pre-show,
Enough
he's
of
actually
TikTok talk.
leading the
What's up,
team in
brother?
damage per hardware. So
100%.
he's been,
How we doing,
you know, kicking it up in the
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good, Critter. You want to start this Wordle off by giving me a word?
Type shit. Let's see. Oh, they can hear me now. What the hell?
YouTube?
Yep.
Hey.
Let's see. Hmm. What the hell?
You gonna pick a word, brother, or what?
Yeah, I am.
He said, I am. He's like, I'm thinking.
My brain is not working right now. Hold on.
I hear you. I hear you. He is the one shot.
He is a one shot. What the Mario? What the hell?
Critter, he's in plat now, brother. That's what happened.
He's in plat?
Yeah, he's hard stuck plat too.
Oh shit.
I mean, you, brother, we're diamonds.
Type shit.
Like a diamond in the sky. You know what I'm saying, Critter?
100%. Let's go with Tiger.
You wanna go Tiger?
Yep.
Alright, I bet. Give me 1 second. I'm giving me a drink. My curly hair is on fleek right now.
Type shit.
Hey, you like that photo I sent you, Critter?
The what?
The photo I sent you, you like that?
Oh yeah.
I bet you did.
What does shit look like that? What the hell?
Critter starts off with a banger.
Okay. So it's not T-I-G.
I've been working on the railroad.
Have you?
Maybe.
I'll type shit.
Like that?
What you got, Eagles or Rams?
Fly, birds, fly.
I think Rams get their revenge.
I don't think so, bro.
I think so.
I don't think so, brother. I don't.
I think so, brother. They're gonna be the underdogs. What the hell? Let's see. E-R.
That's what I'm trying to.
Howard. No, I'm just kidding.
Poser?
Poser? Maybe. That might be it.
Okay. You got another
Okay.
one.
P. Okay, so it's not P or S. Oh, damn. Never mind. the S is not even. There's no S there. I was gonna say loser, but there's no S.
In the regular season,
Like,
they were getting clapped.
No, they were, and it's can phase. I mean, they have to make a run, right? They're probably going to win all
Yeah,
three
phase
matches
up,
to
man.
make a winners bracket start. I think we know who rocker are at this point. Like, it's just been so consistent, even if
Yeah, FaZe needs to work under control, and that'd be good.
The next match though, is probably one more excited.
they get their control better.
They got probably more excited.
We're back to
about
Cold War.
Atlanta FaZe, everyone's saying, oh, this team's awful. We looked at the numbers. Drops
Okay.
and Celium had a rough week 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, they
Boyer?
They're frying.
Well,
I feel like Atlanta is just going to rocket back into the top 3.
Type shit.
yeah, I mean,
I
think?
think should. We all kind of
Yeah,
that was a matter of
probably.
time, right?
Not even a
I
word.
did. I mean, when I looked at it, the first couple of weeks when the team was
Oh, shit.
teams, bro.
Yeah.
Like the
They
way
call
that
you
they were
stupid?
playing, like so much more freedom on the map. Like
What
we've
the
watched
hell?
enough Black Ops 6 at this point to know like subs can get pretty far out. You can push up into their base. You can make huge
Oh,
plays.
what the
And
heck?
Atlanta was not doing that.
Lawyer?
Like,
No,
go
I'm just
back
kidding.
and watch the shots, what
Where's
Abizi was
Runson,
doing, and then
dude?
look at what shots he was getting away with.
Oh.
I told you, I watched some of their scrims where I was actually able to listen to their comms and talking to the coaches and stuff because, like, well, the boys of Crowder, he sent Joe and I a link, we watched it. And there was a lot of times where they were arguing about, like, when they have good scenarios, like 3 or 4 down, taking risks. The fact that they weren't taking risks, they weren't pushing to see like, how far they get away with stuff. And yeah, they were almost like playing too safe and scared at times, which, like, why are you doing that if you're those 4 players? Like, sack up and run it.
I never understand.
Damn, what the hell?
Make
Sack
plays.
up and run it. I like it.
I don't know if I had those four. Like I thought it was sim station for a couple of years. Like, bro, you're the best in the world. Just run at people and gun them.
Go for them. All right, another final fight that everyone's excited for. Could be a grand final at Major 1. LA Thieves versus Optic Texas. A lot of hype for this battle. This is going to be number 2 versus number 3 currently in our rankings.
So I'm more set for this
I don't even know
the
where.
previous matchup for a couple of reasons. One, yeah, we saw
Joker! Joker!
Like, oh, we better be in the lab until the next match.
No!
Not the Joker.
Oh my
Was it
goodness,
just a
how
question
they
of
get
like,
it?
they took a little extra time off. Maybe Paco
Okay,
had
it's
to go
not
home, he's
JFK.
traveling across the world and they don't scrim a lot. Like, is that all that was, right? Because they definitely came out flat against the face team. And then for Optic,
Coker.
ever
No, I'm
since
just
all
kidding.
that shit all that confidence, they haven't really played like great teams. And they still
Hey,
haven't
dog, what the hell are you
looked
doing?
in the wins. This is one, like, if they're just guilty of playing down to their competition, well, then you better step up.
What do you want, dog?
Because I don't think we've seen Optic playing at their best. We definitely haven't seen Thieves at their best, at least since the break.
Noser.
Dude, Optic's about to be a banger.
It is, man.
I think Nate Chop loves him, but yeah, when you look at performance, he's been. There were some moments last year too, where he just kind of.
Good old Patrick Mahomes, man.
Disappeared for Toronto again.
Yeah, like weeks or games even, right?
Damn,
So,
that dude really
with
tried to
this roster,
fucking
though, I don't think he's going to be asked to go out there and
throw
put up the huge
make them
numbers.
throw a
I
flag.
will say though, what's going to be asked upon him is to have good search and destroy, because you look at this team. Really, in hardpoint is where they excel.
Dozer.
Let's switch gears and talk about this match.
Is that even a word?
Nah, probably not.
That's the question mark.
Oh, it is.
Is
But it's
this
not
Is
a
it?
word.
2 in
Yeah,
your
but-
books? It is
Oh.
for us.
Yo,
Preseason
Credo, we're
rankings,
about to
where do you have them
crumble.
right
We
now?
got 2 more guys.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Oh,
These
shit.
guys are incredible what they're able to get away with, and if we're talking strictly respawn as well, like these guys are insane.
Poiser.
They're able to
No,
do
just
these
kidding.
teams. Different
Uh,
play styles, but it works, man. These guys are champions.
How would you describe their play styles? Clint, I know you have to watch
hell?
this a lot.
I mean, it's like they're so similar but so different. Like, I mean, Hydra
Wait,
is
is
going to
Hoyer a
be
word?
more in
I
your
already
face.
tried that.
No,
He's
no.
one of those guys that looks like he's bombed,
Oh,
so
no.
he's walling half the time. His in-game awareness, he is always gun up and ready for every single fight.
No, it's not a
The
word.
game is absolutely incredible. Shotzi's board is like
What
uses
the
and
hell?
uses. Yeah, so it's going to be annoying. You leave one hole in your like, setup
let's
and you get
see.
behind enemy lines. Next thing you know, you're playing hide and go seek.
Yo, I'm
For a
matching
lot
my
of top
contact
teams against
level.
him, it's just
Yeah,
how
but-
efficiently can
That
you
shit.
trade him out. As soon as he
Ooh,
gets
I'm not
a
taking
kill,
my
Tom's going to be on
contact
point to shut down Shotzi. I think it's a little bit different with Hydra. Like, you kind of know where Hydra's going to take the attack. He might just
No,
gun
this haircut and this goatee,
Shotzi,
brother.
like, he's just going to shoot you in the back and piss you off.
Yeah, it's also.
Oh,
like, over
man.
The years, I
He
mean, I
looked
feel
too
like
good, man.
Last year, the year before, I kind of had Hydra above
Appreciate that.
Shotzi because when I look at it, Hydra.
Nah,
was
man, I
way
appreciate
more
you, man.
impactful
I think Hydra's a more complete player than
in
Shotzi.
search and destroy, but that could have been a product of the
Damn.
team that he was on.
Sure.
And now you look at this optics.
Bad words.
Shotzi
No, I'm just kidding. I
having
don't
moved on
know.
the team, the dynamic that's changed. Shotzi's been great.
Oh,
here,
no,
so
I'm just trying to
it's
figure out
kind of like up in the air. It's very, very close. I mean, dude, look who we're comparing.
Power?
I feel like you got
Boxer?
two-star wide receivers,
Boxer!
right?
That's a good
One
shout.
thing that stood out to me last year, though, like,
No.
Shotzi struggled.
Got
She
one
didn't
more
take match
word.
on his face. That's where he
What
struggled
the
last year. Like, when they were losing, that is where
What
he
the hell?
honestly
There's
fell
no
apart.
way.
They dealt with him really well. They couldn't do that
He
same
might
with Hydra.
crumble.
Optic
Hydra
hasn't
they
been
couldn't
dealt
shut
with,
down.
though. You look at these numbers, Clint. I mean, only Scrap is there from LA Thieves in
What
top
the
eight.
hell?
You got
That's
3
some
members
bullshit,
from Optic
man.
Texas, and looking at who they've played, have they had a
Voter?
hard road, easy road, middle of the road? How do you
Voter?
rank it?
Ooh,
I mean, I
no,
just think
T.
there's a lot of parity in the league right now. I mean,
Oh,
they
wait,
played
you're
Carolina,
right.
played
Wait,
Boston,
what the
played
fuck?
teammates like
Wait.
Optic.
Yeah,
It
the Elmer?
hasn't been
Oh,
the
it's a
hardest road
Elmer?
because you haven't played the top
Yeah.
teams repeatedly.
Is that an
but
actual word
they've
or
made
no?
work where they've
I don't know.
needed to. I
You
think
should
Shotzi's
look it
also
up.
been incredible.
I am.
Right now, I say he is the best.
To give a name to
It's
name.
tough to also, like, I feel like I said the same thing about Optic last year. Like, they just came out flat a lot. They lose
Means
map
the name
ones.
site.
They didn't
Oh
look as
my
impressive
goodness,
as I
Credo.
wanted them
What if
to
it's
against
that?
certain teams, and they still won.
Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna lose my fucking
They had a
mind.
roster change. Let's
There's
like
nothing else
sure,
makes
sure,
sense.
sure.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they had a huge dynamic shift. Like Dashy changed his play style, right?
I'm gonna do it,
Hook's a-
bro.
Hook's a
Listen,
guy
I'll sign
that
in the
comes
word
in and
list.
you gotta play around him. Like,
Good thing
like
good
in
thing it's not in the
some
word
way.
list.
And he already got
Okay,
so
dig-
it changes a bit.
okay.
They've done well, regardless of the change.
I'm
Dude,
excited
I
for
don't
this
know.
matchup. That is our second fight on the night.
Wait, there's
Of
no
course,
H in
we'll
there,
be
right?
Starting with
Oh, H you
LAG
can-
taking the stage. First battle of the
Okay,
day
so-
is against
okay,
Toronto
just make-
Ultra, the only team with a 5-0 record.
What about
Doesn't stand
lower?
blemish today, Maven.
I'm going
Stout,
Gorillas, but
Credo.
I don't know why. You know, I asked Joe
Nope.
during a match, like,
Rower.
What the
crazy
hell?
that, like, I think they're better than Cloud9. Am I crazy that I think they have more potential? I'm
Oh.
wondering if that one win is going to help with the people who are struggling.
That's crazy. What the hell?
That one win's going
Oh
to propel that
my
great, insane fan base to get them going.
We would have got
I
it the
just feel like
first
this
time
is
if
one
we
of
would have
those
known we can use
upset
double
series. I do.
letters.
Like, finally, you're feeling like there's a positive shift for this LAG team, and
It all
Yeah,
depends
why is
on
Maven on
speed.
the desk?
We gotta see the maps. I mean, if
Oh no. Maybe Eddie couldn't make it.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto's gonna win.
All right.
They love that map.
Yeah,
so
their protocol searches.
And I mean, everything. All 3 modes, they've been crazy there.
Just the fact that they lost in a reverse sweep to
he'll
Minnesota
make it more fun,
Rocker
don't
is
worry.
enough to give me faith in LAG today. Because LAG is looking like Atlanta. It took a while for them to get on the same page. They got there yesterday.
I'm stupid to pick LAG, I'll be honest, but like I just have this feeling. I don't know.
I mean, LAG looked phenomenal yesterday.
Finally, they played like the team we know they're capable of. And if it really is like a confidence thing, and someone trying, like Kismet trying to like overcompensate for not having Hydra anymore, but like if it is something like that, like Kiss had a really good series. Priesta played godlike. Maybe that's all it needs.
I mean, it's surge for them. We've been saying it since they have to be dominant in SD. How did that team get by when times they had hard point lulls? Like, think last year, that's obviously a different roster. You have Hydra, you have Sib, but like in the beginning of the year, they were very inconsistent in respawn. Sure. And then the search was getting them through, coming out with crafty strats, winning it left and right. The dynamic has been off. Kismet and Lynn haven't been able to find it so far throughout this year. But if they can figure that out, which it seemed like they did in their last match, then this is a team that can make.
My favorite thing, though, you say when you're talking about them, though, is like, how good is Hydra? Dude, it's still.
Oh, yeah, yesterday. I was like, he must have been Thanos.
Bro, we're going to a quick break. We have these 2 gentlemen all day long. Stay locked. It's the CDL with 3 epic matches coming your way.
Wait, what are they playing again? Okay. I think I had an Ultra winning 3-1 or some shit.
CDL picking.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
I have Ultra
Upgrade your
winning
game with a
3-1.
Scuff, the official controller of the CDL.
Let me see what the hell I have.
Kratos.
What?
This guy gets this crap right. Uh-oh, this Kratos.
Alright, so what the hell did I have? Yeah, Ultra 3-1. Sean McVay.
Oh, here goes Chris.
Challenge her starting to pop, man.
One. I'm not safe. Stuck. Hey. In the corner. Absolutely. Coming. Holy shit. Let's go, boys. From the on. I'll take that. Defuse. The on. Holy shit. Go, boys. Awful.
Damn.
He wants all the beef. He's coming at you in Toronto, sitting on top of our leaderboard. A perfect 5-0. We got Maven here in the middle, and this Sunday is going to be fun. We got 3 epic matches. Maven, though, we get to buy some time because LAG has had some power issues. What are we going to do?
Oh, we're going to chat and see how long it takes for me to go completely off the rails. Is probably what's going to happen. But no, I'm excited for this matchup. I'm excited for Ultra. It was interesting because Joe and I talked when we saw the maps for their last series. I was like, I thought Protocol Search was going to be banned because they are insane on. You just saw some highlights from when they were able to get a 6-0. Like, they're unbelievable at Protocol, but I don't know if we're going to be seeing that. I wouldn't play it again. Yeah, no, I would not be playing Protocol against them.
Reminder, Toronto is host of that Major 1 in Madrid. So let's talk about the home team. What have you seen from the squad so far, Nameless? Where are their strengths?
Yeah, I like this Toronto team. You know, I'm looking at some of the numbers, what they've been doing. Search and Destroy is insane. Joe Deceives. Across all their searches, a 1.44. Like, he's just been taking over. Him and Kleenex, unbelievable duo. And then what they've asked of Beans on this roster so far, he's done it. Most damage on the team in hard points. Like, he has filled in for what they've needed, what they had in scrap. Like, come in, slay out, put down a ton of damage. Like, we'll take care of the rest. It's a great dynamic this roster has.
Quinn, when I first saw Beans, I saw he was coming over to Boston from the Challengers scene. I was like, oh, this guy is going to be a one and done. Comes into the league, gets bounced out. Were you surprised to see him in an Ultra jersey at the start of the year?
No, because I always thought, I think Ant was critical of him at times as being, listen, we use the phrase, kind of kill horse sometimes. So when you're putting up a ton of damage, a ton of numbers, and you're on a team that's not doing well, it doesn't really look good. You know, when you're you're losing hard points by 100 and you're plus 20 with 5K damage, it looks kind of weird. So we were all kind of worried about that at first, but what I always said, what happens when he's on a good team? If you put him on a good team, can he play the right way and still put up those numbers? And so far, I think he has.
And Joe Deceives a guy who got bounced down to Challengers last year before returning to the LA Thieves starting roster. You see what he can do when you surround him with some talent as well. His surge game has been impeccable.
He knew what he could do. It was a matter. That was a mental thing for him.
Yeah, it was confidence thing. Yeah. And honestly, last year we talked about a lot. LA Thieves handled that so well. Like, sent him down there, getting that confidence back. And now it's Ultra who gets to reap the rewards from that. And you look at this team, between him and Kleenex, top 2, winning their first bloods. This is one of the better SMG duos in the world as well. And then with Beans, what you were talking about just now, totally agree. When we look back at it, his AR duo on, what would be his other good team? He was on that Boston roster with Awakening.
He hasn't really had a good team. Well, this is his first, good.
Gentlemen, rep.
I was just saying, that Boston roster with Awakening, they both kind of played similar. Now he has insight to kind of play slower, so he has that freedom, and it's been working.
It is working. On the other side of this matchup, though, they have to look out for the resurgence. You talked about confidence. Priesta was full of it, and he said that was the big issue for this squad. You have 3 world champions from just 2 years ago, an upcoming star in Linz from France. Maven, why are they 1-5?
I mean, I think it's been a couple of things. One, with Priesta, it's always been confidence to me. I mean, I remember talking to some of the guys back when he was on a FaZe team, back when we were in 5v5, and they'd win an event and he'd have a 0.5 or 0.6. He went through that slump, and he's been a guy, I think he's almost too nice. Sometimes lacks that killer instinct. You need to almost, as a player, there needs to be either a supreme inner confidence or delusional confidence, because if you don't have any confidence, you end up having inconsistent play. If you're totally just cocky and delusional, sometimes you have inconsistent play. But you need to. You're a player, right? You have to have some of that.
You got to be delusional.
I think he's too nice for his own good sometimes. I do.
It's a fair take.
Game's ready. Let's jump into our scuff maps and modes and see what they're going to be playing here. And Ant, I got to get your thoughts as we see a double dose of
Hardpoint,
Vault. Are you in danger if you're LAG for the first 2?
I mean, yeah, the first map for sure. Vault,
it's a banger!
Just hardpoint in general. But, I mean, you look at this, you got rid of the protocol, so you feel good
banger.
about that. Maps 2 through 4, though. I mean, if you're LAG, you're kind of happy. Skyline, you got the most reps on, and Hasi 1-0. On the Toronto side, I don't believe they played it yet. So, good maps for LAG.
It's time for our scuff pick'ems. Let's lock them in. Your Honor, would you like to go first?
I have supreme veto power. I don't actually think I'm doing picks.
Okay.
I'm taking LAG. I just have the power to veto anyone's pick and change them. So mostly I'm here to piss off Ant.
I would like to go LAG today.
Who gave this guy a Party City?
Yeah, you see Wicked, bro, and Ariana Grande? Look Galinda? Look at me.
This is awful. I'm going with Toronto. I got Toronto winning this series. I think they could have done it for.
You're like a mix of George Washington and Disney Prince.
What does that do?
LAG!
Oh, okay.
Nameless has been vetoed. We have 3 of us on the desk all going for LAG. It's time to get this party started. Get off of our camera. Let's go to the casters.
That's actually pissing me off.
Right. What the hell is going on in Columbus? These guys are off the rails. Shift and study here with you guys. Get them off screen. Jay, this is an interesting series. I think the desk does break it down pretty nicely. There are some awesome maps, I think, for both these two teams. And a couple that very well may be 50-50 toss-ups.
Oh, yeah, and I'm happy with the game plan from LAG right off the rip. Like the desk said, get rid of protocol, everything, because that's what Toronto usually find themselves very comfortable on. But the double vault, I'm not really scared of, because I know we saw LAG a lot of the times on this map, more specifically against Minnesota Rocker. But every single time, it's just a vivid memory in my mind that they just suck when you talk about that P3 to P4 rotation. That's what needs to be better, and it's on both sides, because we even saw Ultra yesterday versus Minnesota full short in this map without finding any success there at the P4. So P4 is going to be the biggest hard point for map 1 on both sides.
It does feel, though, kind of outside of the series layout, that this LAG team has kind of turned a bit of a leaf, though. I think maybe in particular, you look at the series yesterday, a lot of great collective moments, not just good individual moments, which you love to see, of course. But I think the thing about it was the team looked like they were really clicking, which is something that really has not happened throughout their other opening respawns in particular. Yeah, like the desk was saying, their hard point has not been great. Their control, they've been good, but it's mostly been by the byproduct of what they've done on Vault. So kind of take me through their series yesterday versus Cloud9 versus what we learned about their map 5 reverse sweep that they faced against Minnesota.
And to talk about this guy a little bit, he was going crazy yesterday. Finally, P-Dog is giving me some fantasy points, because a 1.24 versus a C9 New York squad was insane stuff. You start off great in the hard point, do your drop in that S&D, and then even better in the control to be down 0-2, to fight back, to win back-to-back offenses on a map like Hacienda, where you've only had one rep on it, and that was yesterday. So the Gorillas, they're feeling good, finally getting a win underneath their board. They have that monkey off of their shoulders, and now they're hoping that they can potentially go 2-0 this week. It's just a tough opponent here imposing them, because Toronto Ultra, they've been on fire recently.
And it is one of those things too, like the desk kind of talked about this a little bit in the pre-show. Like, it does feel weird that this LAG team didn't get their first win until just a couple hours ago, it feels like. But you got to remember that they went through Minnesota twice, 2 different map 5 losses. They also had to play Carolina, LA Thieves, and Optic. They have had arguably the most difficult qualifier stage so far. So that's definitely one of those things that kind of keep in the back of our mind as we do transition into seeing what they can do versus another top team currently in the league in Toronto.
Man, you see the stat right there for both squads. 12th in rotation for Ultra, 10th overall for the Gorilla mates. On a map like Vault, you need to make sure you're winning that rotation to stand a better chance of being victorious at the end. Already into the P1 we go. We're going to have Ultra spawning on the preferred side, at least for that P2 rotation, but 3 kills go in favor of the Gorilla mates. They should be able to get themselves into the hard point.
Last one up, gets 1, gets 2.
Bundle, that's gonna work for Skies. Say one more nearby,
and
but
Toronto
will be taken out by Kleenex.
Right
so
back.
Toronto off to the races here early after the initial break attempt, and now they can work on moving the spawns, which they're already doing with Kismet spawning all the way out.
Yeah, there's 2 players spawning all the way out. Now with Jodeci's finding that kill on the Priesta. 3 players across the map now for the Gorilla mates. Now you just have to locate where Skies was, but at the same time, don't give up this time here at P1. Joe deceives. Effective with the trades with him and his teammate towards the middle of the map, but Priest flies it for the double.
And they flip
10
spawn?
seconds gonna go their way, and this is an ideal situation if you're the Gorilla mates. Because now you have the numbers off the rotation, you can chain it to P2.
Oh, and just as soon as Beans falls, Sky spawns up right in place behind P2. So what looked to be a pretty solid exchange for Toronto early over the top of P1. A nice bounce back here for LAG. Into the time for now. Jodeci's playing through pool, able to find Skies just over the top of the truck. Kismet has to get active from his backside of Palms, but he's getting overwhelmed, and a teammate will allow Toronto to jump in for some time.
Yeah, but at least you still have a couple players ready to contest over the backside. Ultra have yet to block that back spawn. The knife good enough for that kill. Onto Beans. Now you're going to have Sky setting up this pinch through bottom vault. He's hoping that his teammates can stay alive, but with him hitting this route, no one blocking that back spawns. Ultra take it back, and now they're in the heavy control of this B2 for the spot of 25.
Just the tempo, just catching this LAG team off guard with their setup. So now last 20 seconds, decision time for LAG. It looks like they are going to send a couple of members forward just to see if they can find a way to crack the code. And so far, so good. 2 kills will drop, which forces Joe Deceives to have to stand tall inside the hard point. He's good for kill number 5 in a row. Priesta over his corner off the reject. Find himself down 6. Wallbangs will eventually take him down, but still the damage dealt. And Toronto will get the scraps now, a chance to rotate.
Yeah, big time right there. That P2. You thought that the Gorilla mates, at least initially to start it off, find all the kills. They win the rotation, but could not put themselves in the ideal setup. Now Ultra find themselves up by 30 points. We just need a break here at P3. Jodeci's finds a double through the middle connector. And this is where the game is either going to be won or lost for the Gorillas. How successful can they hold down this side of the map? Because they need that P3 to P4 chain.
Well, they need This coming out of Toronto's hands, working out pretty nicely. It's everyone falling except for one. They know that Skies was playing topside art. He has jumped off the balcony though.
Who got your smile like that?
Seized by surprise, but not Kleenex. Picking up the baton nicely. Little exchange between the SMGs here for Toronto. Kleenex forced to slide out, but the car will blow him out of the picture. But Beans, again, just the focus for Toronto. Getting through the hard point, not necessarily on it. They're going to force the spawns to move.
Now, you best believe when we're looking at the numbers and it's saying that they're 12th in rotation, they are definitely looking at it. Okay, let's just set ourselves up for one of the biggest money hills that we have on the game. They rotate nice and early on this side, but now there's only 2 players here, so the Gorilla Maze have to pounce and pounce quick before the rest of the players from Ultra get into the play.
Yeah, we got a bit of a 50-50 battle though. You got Toronto just backing away just a touch. Skies forcing the issue up top. That will work out. Inside also held down from watching this cross. Oh. Does catch one, but Linz on the trade is good. Toronto will put the spawns back around, though. First 15 seconds is gone, largely to the game clock. Jodeci is working on the pinch, but doesn't need to really find it. The rest of LAG spawning out, just coming in 2 staggered, and that's enough for a full wipe for Toronto.
That's easy work right there from Ultra. Thankfully, the players who are remaining in the backside of that P4 were finding a couple kills, making it more difficult for the Gorilla Maze to even get that close spawn to come on in. And now they have blown this game wide open. You got Kleenex sitting on the top side of the building, finds a 3-piece with that AR, trying to line up a couple more. Give me 4. I know there's another one in sight. Great shots. Not able to take down Skies, but almost an 100-point difference. Gorilla Maze got to turn around on the second half of the game.
Yeah, inside nice little route here through bottom vault. He's already opening up space for his teammates to rotate out of P4 and through pool if they want to, and they're finding so much success. I mean, look at the stat lines right now for Joe and Kleenex all over the map. 18 and 8, 15 and 10. Both players popping off, and really, Inside and Beans are just got hanging out saying, we'll find one kill, let you guys run around for the rest of them.
Yeah, we'll just keep on soaking up the hill time. That's totally fine.
There we
right
go.
Now, the Gorilla Mates are trying to do 2 things at the same time. Keep off the hard pump and secure those spawns for P2. And they're successful on this attempt. A clean 4 dead. 35 seconds still to fight for here at P1, but when Ultra having this much of a lead, you can disregard a little bit of this P1 time and start hitting those routes to flip the spawns.
And they're doing just that. Continually playing over this topside balcony. Kleenex and Kismet in a bit of a battle. Kismet wins it pretty darn cleanly. Has a chance to hold on and maybe even look into the hard point here. Follow up on the way back, though, is going to be Beans to reclaim the high ground. Lynn's kind of already committed halfway onto P1. He gets caught in no man's land, and that will have to be LAG now backing up just to fall into play for P2.
And now LAG in another opportunity where they're the first team initially to start off this P2, but the pressure last go around from Ultra was too strong. Can they withstand it this time around? They're able to find the initial 2. They read the pressure coming in from the back. Lynn potentially with some bad timing there. Might come back to pause them, but now those backs are secured. Ultra have a pinch set up.
This guy is trying to take a bit of a wider angle here. He is stunned. That trophy system in the corner depleted, and that will be an easy elimination for Joe. Now has to focus forward as Kismet was just sitting in the hot tub. He's taken down. So LAG trying to change up the approach, saying we don't want him to come through pool. We'll take more of that pool control, force him around the back. But the problem was Linz loses that one first gunfight, and Toronto just gets the easy flip.
Yeah, that's all that happens. Just Lynn loses track of that final player. They found 3 dead. Just the last player finding that kill at that moment, realizing, okay, I'm blocking those back spawns. They have to be spawning close towards the hard point. But then when my teammate is spawning on me, we have pressure from every single angle. So Ultra not making any mistakes. Still a 100-point difference. They're walking away with this final remaining junk time. And again, LAG in a situation where they need this P3 and P4, but this time around, they also need time.
Yeah, this has been very, very clean from Toronto. So, again, like you mentioned, from a couple of hard points to go through P1 to P2, here's the same thing from 3 to 4 as Toronto can just play from the leader's advantage. And we'll see. Do they want to play for the time or do they want to play for the rotation into new? As we jump into a round of Ultra, listen in.
Close? I'm safe. Absolute dubs. He just how come? Yo, bump me up top. I'm going mid instant. Yeah, I'm gonna flip on. Block. Am I hit through? I have left for sure, okay? Sorry, in dubs. Dubs out, dead. I have left for sure, boys. Look at D, right? What's open, bro? Look right. Look where I can go. I have all the right cross. I have your right cross. Okay. I have your left cross too. Reach is on the right, by the way. No, yeah, I haven't looked at it. Right. Just hold my left. I default. Default. Front go dead. What's mid you guys? He's blind. Freeze that. Call absolute skies. I have all the right cross. Okay. He's probably gonna go depths to me. I'm right. Front hookah. Absolute. Lion. I'm top. I'm wrapping left. I have one spawn in dubs. Look mid, like top priority on mid, but you can't. Give me a sec.
Books down. What's it? Credit. Skip already.
One shot. Where's? Stay alive. Back. Actually, respond. Yep. Going low. Going vault, bro. I'm taking a raid route. They're gonna be a new.
This one new.
Go for a scammer.
Who am I close right now?
I'm only count.
Could be con.
It could be con.
One blade line.
Dead right.
Ready.
Weak. You went low cast ups and then on auto, okay? Yes,
Go road, Toby.
We have to
Nate took
He's in
Nate count.
Yeah, Jay, this is just one of those moments where Ultra is making all the right reads, but more importantly, Joe DeSeeves just continues to find himself on 3, 4, 5 in a row per life, it feels like. And Bean's taking a little bit of that on rotation here to P1 again.
Yeah, the game's just too easy. That's another P4 where Ultra able to walk away majority of that time. The break comes in for the final 25 for the Gorilla Mates to give themselves a little bit of a lifeline, but Ultra are just in the driver's seat. You find yourself up by as much as you are, you can afford to go 35-25 splits on all these HPs because you're going to be playing for those kills, hit early off the rotation, hitting those long routes to just close out the game. Because now you only need 26 seconds. You see now Bean's just going to slow it down, guarantee this side of the map.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this map for LAG, but it's just, we've seen it a handful of times now, but it's just like one of those things you categorize as like two good things don't come in a row for LAG. Yeah. It's like they do one thing right and then they immediately get responded to and get broken down when the next thing comes up, whether that's, you know, getting a good hold but not being able to actually turn that into convincing time, or finding a break but getting counter broken, whatever it happens to be. It just doesn't feel like LAG can string together multiple moments. As we head back over to P2, Ultra know that there are players kind of maybe filtered behind this initial setup, plus they have the Hellstorm to try to utilize on the break. Does not connect initially, and LAG actually find a handful of kills here, maybe a chance to get a read here for the Gorillas, mate.
Yeah, but Ultra take those back spawns away. Due to that Hellstorm that was invested, but Kismet, the equalizer, finds that double, secures it back in favor of the Gorilla Mates. So they're starting to show a little bit of life here. Finally, an attempt to where they can soak up a lot of this P1 time, making it super difficult for Ultra to even walk across the map. Crossfires galore are set up. Another 3 dead.
Yeah.
And Gorillas are showing a little life here now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that little follow-up on the Joe DeSeeves means that Ultra will likely have to kind of mitigate how much they want to spend trying to break this last 15 seconds or so up. Semtex does take Linz out of position. Priest caught, trying to re-enter the hard point with an AR. That's not going to work out. So now Kismet's last one left, and he gets found. And so, yeah, it was a very convincing P2 for LAG, much better than the first 2 times that we were there, but the lead continues to be a major problem here late into this game.
Yeah, it's just that one way the kills right there at the very end of that hard point that Ultra able to dominate.
Oh my goodness.
Allows them to get closer and closer to that 250-point mark, but again, LAG not giving it up for free. You're gonna have Linz on 3 in a row. Unfortunately, he's not ready for that gunfight versus Kleenex. But they need this time, and they need to flip the spawns. A lot of things on their ends.
Yeah, lots of things for the laundry list of how do you make this comeback happen. But it starts with making sure that no more time gets earned here on 3. A convincing kill feed would do nicely to try to influence these spawns, but the focus primarily has to be on the objective. So far, so good. Priest clears out the point. Kismet now through mid-line. Has information on Joe. Needs to wait for the regen, though. A little slide back and forth, but Joe able to find the response. Here comes the push through, though. LAG crossing the 50-yard line will flip the spawns around for the moment, but the problem is you got Toronto on a bit of a natural pinch, but they can't find the kills, and here we go. LAG have a chance to win rotation. It's just down to can you kill Joe?
Yeah, they only need to kill Joe. You take care of Joe. You had the back spawn secured at least with that 1 kill, but Joe DeSeeves is going to be the X factor here. He's able to find the first kill. You have Lids into the hard point, back spawn secured with that in gunfight that came in from Joe. And now they only need 8 seconds. Someone get into the HP.
Oh, just it's one of those moments where you look at Joe and said he's been taking over this map. It's appropriate for him to put it out of reach. 40 and 21 for Joe DeSeeves, ends it on 5 in a row. One of many multiple kill life streaks he was able to put together as Toronto
what
take
a fucking masterclass by the fucking Toronto Squirrels.
Especially early on into the game. They kept it scrappy, found successful early breaks, especially at that P2. But then as soon as we go into that P3, P4, you saw how difficult it was for the Gorillas because they were playing real slow in towards R. They were trying to maintain that side, but when kills are not going your way and you got teammates who are not spawning out, you were forced to try to make plays. And that's what allows Ultra to develop on those deep routes. We saw Beans do it first, Joe DeSeeves in that final. They were just in command. As simple as that, Alan. From start to finish of that game, you're finding the breaks when you need to.
I'll be right back, man. I'll get my food. Hold on.
Power Hills. Ultra with just a better hard point team in map 1.
Jeez, 32 non-traded of the 40 in total for Joe DeSeeves with a minute 43 in the hill and 14 objective kills. Okay. Wow. I think if you're an Ultra fan, you love to see that, because it felt like, you know, when you look back at the minor performance, like Kleenex has a really bad like last 3 maps when they were playing in the minor. Joe DeCeves was fine, but when he has the ability to show this makes this Toronto team feel like much more of a considerable opponent when it comes down to the league overall. You know, not just being a great Surge team, but if they can find this kind of participation in the respawn, this is a team that has an argument, I think, as we get closer and closer to the major of being one of the best teams, if not the best team in the game.
Oh yeah, and the reason why he has all this opening is because when we jumped into that listen and you heard the little comms of Bean saying, I'm hard blocking. When you're able to do that for your SMG, he's knowing that they're all going to be in front of me. They're not spawning behind me anymore, so I can consistently play these spawns, manipulate these spawns, and find a couple freebie kills. 32 non-traded. Joe DeCeves was all over the map in that map number 1. But you got to give some credit where credit is due to his AR players just doing the funny work for him to open up those lanes and make those plays happen. Now going forward, though, into this Search and Destroy, I was expecting a better fight from the Gorillas here in map number 1, because you're going up against probably the best Search and Destroy team that we have in the game in Ultra.
Yeah, I mean, outside of a couple of slips for Toronto, where it's just like, whoa, where did that come from? I mean, you had the 2 losses to Minnesota, both on Hacienda, but everything else has been convincing. It's just the Hacienda that seems to be a little bit of an issue for them at the moment. So that's not a part of this particular map series layout. And for Toronto, you looked at different people when it comes to the Search and Destroy. Like, Beans has been really solid in the Search in my mind. Just the decision-making he's been able to play off of. And I think just on top of that, that's where you start to see, I think, the consistency from inside also come into the picture. So, you know, if you've got the SFGs running and gunning like this for Toronto, and now you're going into their best overall game mode, you don't feel great about the chances for LAG. That told, though, and to kind of counter my own point, at least it's a vault Search and Destroy coming up here for LAG. They did look really solid on it in their opening week, and they did test Optic on this map as well.
But on the opposite side for Ultra, the one time that we watched them played it, they made easy work of Miami. Even though Miami are not the best Search and Destroy team, it's just what they have been doing in every single Search and Destroy besides Hacienda is just finding a lot of success early on with their SMGs. This is non-stop pressure between Kleenex and Joe DeCeves. I'm pretty sure they're number 2 overall in first blood category on every single map, but they're number 1 in conversion rate. That is an unbelievable stat there, because that means these early gunfights are allowing them to put themselves in early man advantages. They're playing their advantages perfectly, and then they're also having that clutch factor at the very end, which is basically 100%. So on the opposite side for LG, we know that they are phenomenal Search and Destroy players, at least when you look top to bottom. It's just right now, when you have players like Kismet, with the way that he's been playing so far in this game, he's usually, at least last season, he was running around with the Army 2 of Hydra. It just seems that him and Liz haven't really got on that same page yet, and now we're seeing Kismet trying to be that island player a lot of the times, where he's going to have a lot of battles going up against Kleenex. That's going to be the fight that I'm really going to be looking forward to watching this map too.
It's definitely, I think, an important one when it comes to tempo, but I think when you start to look at it, yeah, Beans and Skies, this is an interesting one, because the AR battle, I think, has really resorted in to when these teams find success, it comes by way of what the ARs are able to produce. I think in particular, look at that opening duel win percentage. They're solid when they get involved, and they get involved pretty often when it comes down to how many engagements they actually take in the opening duels themselves. So you've got these moments between the SMGs when you want to try to find the tempo, but oddly enough, and I think in certain ways, these two teams have a lot on trying to get their ARs involved, to watch those opening lanes, to force those long-range 1v1s, and both those two players have found some pretty solid success throughout the match they played to this point.
Oh yeah, not even throughout the match, throughout their entire careers. We're talking about Skies, who's been a phenomenal Search and Destroy regardless of the roster he's been on, and then ever since Beans has entered the CDL, even with a sniper or non-sniper, he's always putting up 1.2s or 1.3s, so you gotta love yourself a lot of S&D. This is usually where all of the community comes from. When you start an S&D, then you work your way out to the respawns. It makes your life a whole lot easier when you become a pro player, but that guy on your screen, after an insane map number 1 so far in the season, he's at a 1.44. Oh, you gotta slow him down.
I know it. See if LAG can find the response here. Staying on vault for map number 2. And it's going to be just a push through pool right on in towards the bomb site. Priest is the one carrying with an SMG. Keep that in mind. That will definitely give us an insight in terms of what LAG are going to want to do with this post plant. It will stay largely right here at the bottom side of vault.
So now in a 4v4 retake situation, how the Ultra decide to play this. Love how Beans is playing it super slow on the opposite side of vault door, just in case if his teammates find that first kill and the playmaker tries to make the play on the pinch, you can catch him. But Kleenex first contact onto Skies on the backside of the tank. He's getting isolated. He should be able to drop. That's first blood.
Does kill some time though, does Skies. So now you're down to 17 seconds. Going to put a little bit of pressure here for the Ultra to move quickly. And how about Kismet? Pops out of the zone. That will shut down at least some of this retake. But now you got to deal with it from the front. And that's the biggest of the issues. Kismet floating. Does he get here in time to take the bomb carrier off? A little sloppy initial. Ignition! And maybe there was a chance, but could not quite switch to the pistol in time. And Toronto get the retake.
And I love that attempt right there from Ultra, even though it looked like they stood no chance with the amount of time they wasted trying to isolate onto Skies. He actually did a great job. There was multiple players on him drawing his attention, and he was just hoping that the time could stall out a little bit more, but Kismet just simply runs out of ammo with that Jackal. Potentially finds that double and secures the round, but Ultra successful on the retake off of the back of that first blood from Kleenex.
Wow. Could not have been any closer than that. Kismet, I love the idea after Skies gets isolated to kind of pop out of vault and just hit him on that mid cross again, but doesn't choose to reload. So tough decisions there. How about this? LAG quick. All dropping down. Oh, they don't expect Kleenex to be playing off the back side of it. He's good for 2. Pistol out. He wants Linz at range, but Linz good for a double in his own right. Turns this into a 2v2.
I mean,
I don't even know how Kleenex did them because they all went nomad, but he was able to catch a double. Linz responds with 2 of his own, and on the opposite side of the map, Skies gets the better insight with the pistol. So now it's Beans left in a 1v2. Got Skies and Linz running around as a duo. Want to play the trade out effectively with 50 seconds to go.
Plenty of time to be sure, but the question here will be the timing of when these two forces meet each other. Beans, does he get a look? Yeah, he does. Skies just has to stay down here. Nade being cooked. Skies backs off. Reset. Chance for Beans to grab the bomb. Still unsure on Linz's position, so he's going to commit for the plant. He's got the opportunity to play this backside vault if he wants to.
Oh, now the info is gained on the Linz, so he knows that Skies is playing over towards Palms. He might have found the perfect timing to set up on this pinch. Beans finds the first 1v1.
He has a reload, though.
Can play this on the heady if he wants to. Linz knows this. Gets back in towards mid-map. This is taking way too much time, though, you'd think, for Linz. He's going to try to rewrap this topside marble. Here comes the peak. Beans doesn't see him initially. Now he does. He knows that he just has to stay alive as long as humanly possible. Play the clock out. Beans up to 83 health. Linz will dive on in. He has to make a commitment for the defuse, though. And as Beans checks it, the time's going to run out here for Linz. An effort was made, but just not enough time in the clock to make that happen.
That's just COD timing at its finest right there. Because Beans, he played that to perfection. Thankfully, he has that nade in his back pocket to back down Skies for his positioning. But then the reposition on the pinch to turn it into a one-on-one, to have the angle to watch it from palm trees, and then knowing who your opponent was in Linz, most likely with an SMG in hand, just plays the clock beautifully and is able to secure the 1v2 clutch there for Ultra to go up 2-0.
Good stuff. Okay. LAG feels like the onus has to go over to them in terms of what they want to do with the playbook after what looked to be a pretty solid start. We'll look back at this final kill once again. Okay, here we go. LAG, same setup they had from the first offense. This time, Sky's not going to play deep towards that back oil taker. He's going to instead play this front side P2, trophy system down, and now the post plant is going to be largely reset off of this pool play.
Yeah, they're just playing for the pinch angles, as Linz is going to be able to open up the first blood on this round. Double chow coming in from bottom vault. Skies finds a player outside of pool, so you got these last two guys isolated on the bottom side, and that's a free round right there for the Gorillas. You get the bomb down, you find the first blood, you instantly find the second, you gain the info. As soon as you find those kills, the last two players are in towards vault. 4 down. LAG secure their first.
Yeah, same setup in terms of how LAG execute on the site, but a very different setup in terms of what they wanted to do with the post plant. And that time, Toronto tries to get maybe, I won't say greedy, but they try to get feisty through pool early, try to maybe contest to see if they can catch LAG on that post plant exit, but doesn't work out. And yeah, like you mentioned, just catching all the right timing there as LAG in that particular post plant. So much better that time around. We're to a 2-1 count. And now Toronto will go on to their next offensive look. Not the same type of hit here for LAG in terms of their defense. They're still staying aggressive at mid-map, but not with as many players, and it does lead to one trade. Not quite the second. Joe Deceives keeping the hot hand.
Joe Deceives.
Now the numbers advantage in the 3v2 instantly put the bomb down. Priest is going to get caught off guard on the overextension. Now a 1v3 left up to Skies. Gains info onto 1, but that bomb being down in this kind of situation, this is only going to get tougher as time doing those down.
Yeah, and as Beans gets the initial tag, that's an easy follow-up. And that really is a number of different things there. Again, it's a similar idea
Get
for
fucking
LAG, trying to
bloody
stay
spat
aggressive
on.
through mid. It's met, though, with just a 2v2 on the site, which Ultra out-trade. But the big difference maker was that 1v1 off screen that Insight and Priest have found themselves in over towards B.
Yeah, it's just when you have that 1-2 punch of SMG guys that you know they're both most likely going to walk away with one in towards that site. They put themselves in the man advantage, instantly think about that objective, and then that allows those long routes to be developed. It's now Ultra. Take a 2-round lead. Go back on the defensive side. LAG, if I'm you, I'm probably going to go right back to that A strat, but this RC car is going to make that very difficult.
Yeah, you have to respect this in terms of the timing for the plant at worst. And you can see that Lens is actually going to step up a little bit here over towards Marble. Bomb still not being committed for the plant as of yet. It's still up top. Oh, difficult moment here, but at least Lens is able to catch one. Kismet trying to fob up for the trade. Not quite able to turn it into a 3v2, so we'll stay level with still 60 seconds to play.
Kismet, he has a feeling. He has a feeling they're surrounding him. Finds his second kill, and now he's going to work his way into the side, but Joe deceives with the repositioning. Takes care of Kiz. Bomb down, 2v2.
Yeah, that's a lot of information from Skies about what's happening top balcony, but they lose track of what's happening inside the vault. Couple attacks from Skies, but Joe deceives is fine. Here comes the pinch from Kleenex. No one even bothering to watch it. He's going to find the final two. The proactivity across the map. Like, if we were to have, like, a map control statistic, it would be like 80% of the map. It feels like it's always in favor of Ultra. They are moving so quickly and taking away so much ground.
And they're doing it in sync too, Alan. You saw as soon as that RC car was blown up, they got info. They're probably in towards site. One player's playing over towards Palms. So there has to be multiple players on that side of the map. So they instantly rotate their way over towards Cat with all 4 players. Effective on a trade. Turn it into a 3v3. But then when Joe deceives, like you said, they show so much attention over towards the balcony side. Joe deceives with the repositioning was good enough to even up the numbers and then set up Kleenex on the pinch. Just again, the SMGs making plays.
Oh, here we go. Inside after winning his 1v1 versus Priest the last round. Is now taking his focus. Bomb carrier following up over towards B, and LAG gets caught this time at mid-map, not playing Vault. They instead try to play through the U-Haul, and that's going to lead to an early 4v2 to much chagrin, I think, of Jay, who is not loving that play, it sounded like.
Nah, man. It's just not ideal because I know it's been very difficult to contest them on the bottom side of Vault. So this time you try to push through and completely get blind countered because Ultra said, okay, they're not going to contest this today. They're not going to be aggressive with your pool. So let's just post up into our base because we have a couple rounds to play with. And you walk right into their pre-aims. And again, even in the 4v2, Ultra said, like, B is more difficult. Like, we're just going to rotate this back towards A. You're going to have a worse time to try to retake this site. Because now they are just running away with the search and destroy.
Man, Corral's looking nasty, man. Legitimately. And I think this is dangerous prospects in terms of who would have to face these guys at Major 1 in a couple of weeks because, wow. After a 0-3 start, Joe Deceives has been flawless in his last couple of attempts. Quick bomb plan here for LAG, but oh my gosh, the modifications from Ultra are so good about this A hit. We can talk about it more in a minute, but after being dismantled in the one round they've lost by playing aggressively through pool, this time they play topside balcony, and again, look at the map control. LAG are completely stumbling for ground to work with stuck at A.
Right now it's 20 seconds to go.
Nah, this is just a masterclass from Toronto, man.
Isolate one guy, and they do it at least onto Bean. So 2v2, 15 seconds. You both jump up, but eventually you got to check the site.
Oh, there it is. Now this is down to the timing. Insight versus Lens. Insight doesn't miss a bullet. Plenty of time for a defuse. Wow, this Ultra team is looking disgusting at search and destroy.
Look at me, a sandwich, bro. This game is basically just a butt whipping.
About what they do at A. It starts with a long play around goal. They get that isolation in their first defense versus Skies. The second time, they push it all off over towards poolside. The third defense, they get caught trying to play aggressive through pool, but now in this one, they just stay over just on top of balconies. LAG hasn't contested that once yet. You come away with a couple of kills before the bomb can get planted, and then again, it's just numbers, numbers, numbers. This Ultra team is looking nice.
It's just way too easy when you're spawning in on Search and Destroy and you have a bag as deep as they do, Alan. Every single round, like you said, a different strategy on the defensive end. The one time we're going to drop through vault, we're going to contest you early on. Next time we're going to push to your base. Next time we're going to even isolate the player in the back of your spawn with 20 seconds left in the 3v4. We're still going to be able to clutch up the round. They cannot do any wrong, and it's only going to make it easier for them when their SMGs are finding the success that they were. CleanX with 4 first bloods, Joe Deceives with 1. Both of them almost going double positive on that S&D. Just makes your life a whole lot easier. And then even when they're not into the play, you have players like Beans and Insight who are phenomenal clutch search and destroy guys. We even saw Beans in the 1v2 catch the perfect timing there. So Ultra, without question, if they continuously show improvements in their hard point, they're going to be one of those tough teams to beat because their S&D is basically flawless.
I mean, yeah, outside of the Hacienda, it has been exactly that. Straight flawless. We'll go back to the desk. It's been, well, not great for the veto petitions that we're seeing from Maven at this point.
I want my pick back.
Wait, it's been great.
0-2 start, reverse sweeps happen.
I'm going to sabotage him, so this is perfect.
Production, this is a sick, weird joke. Give me my pick back now, bro. And I hear you guys laughing. So
would you argue with a proper judge?
Whoever is behind this,
would you argue with a proper judge, mate?
You're going to have to see me, all right?
I'm a proper British judge.
I know what you look like. You're like the guy from Little Mermaid who helps Prince Eric. Go back and watch it when you have a 2-year-old one day. There he is, Maven, a.k.a.
Dude, my bangs are kind of sexy.
Let's jump into the highlights, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I can't see a damn thing.
All right, let's take a look at this guy. His name's Tobias. He's pretty good at search. First bloods, 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, they've been unbelievable. We're talking through, like, their map set as well. Like, between Protocol, Vault, and Red Card, they're 7-0, now 8-0 on those maps combined, right? So you look at it, it's like, if they improve on Hacienda, where do you beat them?
It's not just, like, the fact they're winning, it's how they're beating people. Like, you look at the Protocol yesterday, 6-0. You look at this, 6-1. Like, they're smashing people. They are clearly way ahead. And yeah, it's just like, can you figure out what, Hasi or what's one other map?
Yes.
We were talking about Skyline. Hasi or Skyline, make one of those really strong. Then, like, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, search in this series, you have such a big advantage. But that's what I look at. Because it's one thing to, like, beat people in search. Like, I know the win's what's important, but when you're a dude, you've competed. It's not easy, like, 6-0, 6-1 people. It's not, bro. It's not.
I mean, and that's a product of, like, when you're 6-0, 6-1, 6-2ing teams, that's when you come in extremely prepared. Like, the strategies are sound, right? And then you go up early, so you're able to, like, do these, like, weird plays where it's like, okay, we can try a blind counter, and that's how you steamroll teams, right? You can get crafty with your adjustments in the middle of these maps, and that's exactly what they're doing. They have a good roster.
Off the back of some big clutches as well. We talked about Beans in the pre-show. He is having an enormous impact in the first half, led the lobby and damaged that most recent game, and before that, in Hardpoint, he was definitely all over the map in the kill feed.
Yeah, he was frying, and then so was Joe Deceives. I mean, we looked up, we're like, Buddy's got 30 kills, and, you know, that would be the one place we said they need a little improvement was the Hardpoint. Some of the breaks they had, I mean, incredible.
Is Joe Deceives a top 10 player in the league right now? If you were a GM, do you spend top 10 money on him?
Top 10 money, I mean, does he warrant that from the championships yet? Probably not, but yes, I think he's a top 10 player in the, well, he's teetering.
Yeah, top 10, we'd have to think that through, bro. I need to, like, sit down. He's close, though, probably.
He's close?
Yeah, close.
I mean, I have to go through the players.
Yeah, that's tough.
There's a lot of roles, but in terms of SMGs, I mean, he's up there, right?
Well, he's a guy I just worried about a little bit when it comes to, like, the confidence thing and stuff. He's a nice kid. You know, went back to challengers, was struggling to get figured out, had a bit of a head case, but
13-7.
he seems to now be clicking, and it's all working for him. And I think
we have a good player.
I've only interacted with him a couple times. He's just, I just want to hug him.
We've only been hanging out with Clint for 2 segments. My big takeaway is don't be a nice guy.
Don't be nice.
It's Clint's like career advice to any upcoming player.
I sometimes worry, bro, when people are too nice. You have to have that killer instinct. You have to have that confidence. I kind of worried about it with him, but he's got inner confidence. He clearly does. Nice. He's playing amazing. Now, you can be nice. Maybe I'm not wording it right. You know what I mean, bro. Sometimes, like, when you talk about, like, top athletes, like the top of their craft, like, you've got a certain swagger, a certain killer instinct. Like,
Teep was really nice.
There are some. I mean, you got, like, Megatron. Like, he was nice. But a lot of them are like, some are just assholes, bro.
That's true.
We got to draw some conclusions or get to a game 3. I'm not sure at this point, but run us through it. Speed run it.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna talk about this Hardpoint and what Ultra is doing better now. So obviously, let's jump into the mini map. We all know this is the money hill on this map, right? Like when you get control of that, you can just go up in top and make huge plays. So let's talk about how they break this. Okay. So you got CleanX and you got Beans. Really, the guys that are making the massive plays. 1 in your mini map, that is Beans. 4 is CleanX. We're gonna pause it, freeze frame, and talk about what they're doing here. So they're vacating the spawn deep right here. They don't want want to spawn back here, and then they're going to send Beans on like a super long route, like methodical to get behind them. But you want to actively be fighting this street. So what Kleenex does, he doesn't just run like a maniac, right? He's going to go where I drew that is to the car and just finesse on the car while he has another teammate applying pressure here. What they want to do is they want to get that first go, obviously, while this spawn's vacated and spawn them out. Meanwhile, Beans is coming in on a pinch. So let me get this stuff off the screen and let's talk about this a little bit as it plays out. Because this is what you're coordinating in the middle of the map right here. You're like, okay, Jodeci's flying in and baiting. Kleenex is trying to find these kills, just finessing his life until Beans gets across and position. And you can see once Beans does get across, then it's the green light for Kleenex. He ends up dying, but it doesn't matter because they already spawned all the way out. And you saw Kleenex spawns up right here on the statue where Beans is already influencing. So well executed by them, trying to push and flip those spawns.
Taking over the map the entirety of game one, they jumped up to a 100-point victory. We have another respawn. It's ready to go. Maven, is this a 3-0?
Yeah. That's why I did the veto. Because I knew they were going to lose, and I just wanted to screw
Oh
over Ant.
my!
You knew it. So I'm sending it back over to Shift
Oh
Study.
my!
I'm sorry, bro. I don't make the rules.
I know
You seen that shit?
Keep vetoing all day. I like
Absolutely.
it. Study, take the show
It's
with
got some super fans influencing my
Yeah,
picks.
man, I can't
that
believe
Marquise?
Clint's doing Wheeler like that. Obviously, Wheeler's been having a lot of success this season on pick'ems, but to veto him, like, I'm on my guy Wheeler's side. You got to take
Wait,
that
what are you
off,
looking
man.
at?
Maybe
Bro.
we can't come in one day and do that to the guy.
He's going to lose full by
Bottom way
match
through
two, I
on the field.
promise.
I know.
Like, I could already see Ant starting to get to the edges a little bit. This is like him on the golf course by hole 5. This is the way it goes. Getting a little twisted out here. But Toronto looking clean, looking nice. LAG coming off of their win versus Cloud9, I think kind of influenced some minds about what this team's potential was, but we have not seen it yet in this series. Tell me more, though, about this control, because let's be candid, the stats across the league haven't necessarily been great for LAG and Hardpoint, not in search either, but they have been solid in control, but a lot of that has come by way of Vault.
Yeah, and I feel like for Ultra spawning in for the very first time on Hacienda, they are going to fail. They're going to fare very well on this map because we're talking about a team that can slay with the best of them. And on a map like Hacienda Control, it's basically all about slaying. Initially on your offenses, you want to extend the time by capturing B. But then after that, they're consistently spawning over towards Boathouse. So 1, 3 to 4 dead would allow you to instantly stack that. But it's all going to come through the kill. So Gorilla mates, we watched them come back 0-2 yesterday versus Cloud9. When back-to-back offenses, they're going to start us off with one here.
Okay, see what happens with LAG. Eyes over towards A immediately, and Linz is going to already kind of force the issue. Just a touches the zone, back over towards Bar. Good information on at least some contest over through Connector. And yeah, this has been really solid here for LAG, not giving away a single kill yet. They have lost Insight a touch, and he makes his influence known, clearing off the zone and making sure the click keeps going.
Yeah, that's what makes it difficult on this map is because you tend to lose track of players the majority of the time. But once you take care of Insight, you hit that rotation over towards B. First segment already done. Consistent spawns coming in from Ultra. Over towards that Boathouse side. Now the top kill feed currently is lighting up white. So the second segment is done. Time may be able to get extended nice and early.
Looking likely for it, and that's indeed the case. First tick of progress is still holding for the moment over towards A as well, and with Kismet taking down Beans deep, that's going to force Insight to have to back away just a touch. So now it's just about how do you try to reset this up for LAG off the spawn. Playing deep through driveway at the moment is Skies, but Lynn's creating some more space here at topside Connector. He can jump back in and try to get this first tick done.
He's just hoping that his team is going to count for the rest of the players on the side of Toronto Ultra. They find 2. Skies in a big one-on-one gunfight, making a 1v2, and he gets double chowed. So now you're going to have Linz in a position to play a couple spawn kills, make it easier for his teammates in the number advantage on the opposite side of the map, but he gets taken care of. First segment should be complete.
Yeah, Priesta now looking to make a step forward. His teammates coming off spawn, moving through that top fire hallway over towards Art. And Priesta is in a really good spot just to try to keep influencing these spawns a little here and there. And also has the decision with a good number of eliminations to come through for LAG to jump right back onto the hard point, or to the control point rather, I should say. 20 plays 14. LAG working very persistently on the second tick of progress. They still have a member on. That's Insight trying to challenge. Shut down, and Linz from top offense gets the full 4 down. Stack it, get the extra tick, turn this into a successful offense. That's exactly what LAG do.
Oh, man, they came out and just dominated in that slaying category. We're talking about the SMGs consistently finding success on the bottom side of Wine and even on the top side of Office. But then as soon as you eliminate those players in the back of your spawn, once Liz walks up and finds this kill here, that turns into 2 dead. Then he pushes up into off and is able to catch the players coming off of the respawn, and that leads to all 4 dead. That's how simple this map can be when you're finding your kills when you need to. then on the opposite side for Ultra, obviously the first time we've been able to watch them on this map, Joe DeCeves, I'm pretty sure had a 1-7 start. Yeah, you can't bring that on a map like Aussie.
Yeah, absolutely. But I love it from LAG, just kind of playing with tempo, right over the top of the open hall, get into A, force this Ultra defense to move around, especially off spawn, be considerate what's happening in those top hallways, and then as soon as you find a good kill feed, re-wrap back to B, stack it, get the extra 60, and so far, it has been straight domination from Lynn, 7-3. Joe DeCeves having a bit of a slow start. He's not able to get any real action on his terms here with the sub, but that could very well change here early as Joe's got a good look at Skies up top. Can't quite find the second. Lynn's good for the double, and Toronto's going to be tested here. Lynn's just diving into the point. Nearly wins out all 4 eliminations, but has set up Kismet for a little bit extra damage onto Beans, and that will be followed up with LAG looking clean on the opening defensive hold.
Yeah, now Ultra forcing at the reset. Players tend to scatter a little bit, try to clear out lanes here, but 3 kills go in favor of the Gorilla mates. Now Kleenex, farthest player pushed on up, trying to at least find a kill to open up a lane for his team, but doesn't catch the timing on the Priesta. And you're just gonna waste a lot of time now if you're Ultra working out of your base.
Yeah,
you have to check every single corner.
And this is absolutely chef's kiss from LAG. Lynn still catches another before being traded. It means that, again, the defense for LAG can step up, deal with it, and then get back to work on just essentially trapping Toronto backside driveway here. 28 seconds on the clock. LAG will have to essentially come out of spawn and default to A just because it's simply put closer, but they can't find a single entryway, and with only 20 seconds remaining, LAG continue to hold this front line.
And I'm loving the way that the Gorillas are playing this, man.
Same.
When they're finding 2 to 3 dead, they're gaining the info onto the last guy, keeping him at bay, and then just shutting down their next play call coming in. With only 7 seconds to go. Ultra currently down by 8 lives. You have 1 player on A, 1 player on B, but the player on B should most likely get taken care of. So now you're just hoping you can find a little bit of segment success over at that 8 point.
Well, 2 players on, they're gonna get at least 1. A second looks pretty likely unless Priesta off this reload decides he wants to try to challenge it. Doesn't get there quite in time. The rest of his teammates do, but that second tick at least gets locked for Toronto fans out there. But, you know, call a spade a spade. This has been really good from LAG on both sides of the control zone.
It's just clean because every time those kills start to come on in, if LAG are going 3 for 1 every single time, Ultra are not going to have a lot of opportunities on their offense. When the last player alive is especially gaining that info early on, and it was, I'm pretty sure, Joe DeCeves that was camping on the bottom side of Secret. It was just Skies throwing shoulders at him. That's all you want to do is keep him there because you have everyone accounted for. No one is getting lost. The spawns are so damn far away from either one of these objectives that just basically 4 to 5 waves of kills secures you around on defensive side if you play it perfect. And that's exactly what the Gorilla mates were able to do there. Only give up 2 segments. You're still up by 4, but you can close it out here with another 3-0 on a nice hacienda.
Yeah, see what's going on with this, because flat out, the advantages that LAG have are already leaning towards that, at worst, the round 5 defense. Toronto once again off spawn. A lot of focus over towards the B side of the map. Insight, good crossing angle, finds Priesta for the first. Joe DeCeves thinking about trying to take over that back art hallway, but Linz has done the same thing on the Toronto side of the map. And again, he hops the zone, gets out of there, and the finesse back over to B is well timed. Just comes down to, does he get a read that a player had dropped out of the secret window? Does not seem to be. Kleenex should find a freebie. Trade not needed at the moment as LAG continue to try to surround it. Eventually, they do take care of Kleenex.
Yeah, to take care of Kleenex, also take care of Beans coming off the respawn. Now a 3-stack is going to be in at the B point. First segment already earned. How aggressive do Ultra decide to play on this? You don't want to allow these kills to go the opposing way. They're still going to contest it. They find the initial 2. And make it 3 dead. So Priesta, last player alive, should be able to get taken care of. Segment does not get secured, so that time continues to dwindle down.
Yeah, Joe DeCeves just going to hang out on B for a little while longer to deplete the progress that had been done. Linz, wow, where has this been? He is flying and frying at the moment. 17-8. A chance to re-wrap on Toronto. Back over towards top office. Can't quite anticipate the second, but he's got help nearby. And whoa, Joe DeCeves lines him up the staircase. So 19 plays 19. 33 seconds on the clock, and Toronto with the full wipe can start to play up in towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, this is their last push. Right here, if you are the Gorilla mates. You have to make this one count. It looks like you're going to try to isolate onto inside over towar's Rock. The timing good enough for the first. Dance, sliding around that corner, not able to find that kill on the Skies. But with only 14 seconds left, just need Kleenex to stay alive. Finding that first kill, it's going to allow him to have multiple different angles to still contest it.
Yeah, Skies up top is going to be the one who has to just kind of forfeit his life and try to dive in. He wants to pause the clock, not going to happen. But insight towards B does get taken care of. You've got Kismet on for the moment with 1.6, although Joe right nearby will find the kill. Last shots on the Lins are good, and Toronto will extend this to a 4th round. But again, the tick progression just makes this essentially a mathematically improbable situation for Toronto to get into a round 5 defensive situation. So we need back-to-back offenses here from Ultra.
If it goes to round 5, it could go either ways, man.
So you can tie it up in that segment column, but you have to make up for it in the slaying. Those first 2 rounds really did not treat you well, but Jodeci has flipped this game around. Started off 1-7, sitting at 12-14. Was able to find a couple doubles, couple triples to shut down those pushes coming in from the Gorilla mates. So now if you are Ultra, it's initially all about this break off here, because when you allow these SMGs to win a majority of the gunfights off the rip, then they're already in your base contesting. You're wasting a lot of time working out of your spawn. You need a good break off here on Hacienda.
Yeah, you really do. And it's going to be all 4 members flying in through the middle of the map again. Initially scouted by what looks to be Skies. Kismet following up on the timing. Gets the first, stun out, finds the second. Trade from Joe Deceives is decent, but he's the last Ultra member remaining, and Priesta knows he can step up here in towards Spiral. And if he catches a couple players off spawn, this could get really dangerous really quickly, but trades are decent, and now you've got just Kismet to find, and he's a little bit outside the picture here playing backside rock.
Yeah, this is where the Ultra boys need to be committing over towards B. You have them spawning on the backside of Bow House. You're still maintaining a little bit of that mid-map control. But they're going to put all their focus here at the same point. Joe Deceives on 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Couple kills until he earns himself the Hellstorm. First segment already going to be complete.
I mean, he was 1-7 at one point, Jay. We're up to a 7 in a row, 7-14.
Hello.
About 8 in a row. He can jump on over to B now. Progress is still being made on A. Keep that in the back of your mind. Beans does get eliminated, so he'll only find the first tick and a half. But Joe is 1 elimination or a little bit more score away from finding a Hellstorm. Tries to slip in towards 10, but shut down. And LAG, with 50 seconds remaining, could try to get this defense once again pushed up the map.
Man, Ultra have to put they have to put everything into capturing this B point, trying to extend this time. It's just way too difficult. You don't have a lot of time to work with to secure those seconds there at A. And now even more difficult for them because everyone is coming off the respawn. You gotta check all these cloners. Kleenex has 6 HP in the dream. He is gonna fall. Now 25 seconds, you were forced to hit this overextension, but Gorilla mates are ready for it.
Priesta just throwing out an uncooked nade, just trying to stall any of this hit, but ooh, gets surprised. Joe Deceives does get traded. Technical progress on the way. Sky's not able to find the player down low at the bottom of the bar. But still, it's just down to 1. It has to be Beans. Second tick was not locked in, by the way, so Beans will rotate back over to B to keep the clock stopped at 17 seconds. He wins his first. Does he expect Priesta, though? Over through 10. Not initially. Beans has actually hopped off the zone here for a moment, but LAG will collect the elimination, and now it's just down to receiving this next play for Ultra over towards B.
Yeah, they just need this one wave of kills right here. They'll be able to extend the game clock. Trades are bound back and forth, white and purple. Lins finds a double. Able to put the game clock at a pause on A, but it's only Beans again. Second segment gets secured, spawns all the way in hell, and this should be LAG securing this map and extending this series.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is about LAG in control, but they're looking mighty fine on it, especially on this Hacienda. Wow, I mean, both sides of control point really clean. We saw them playing obviously yesterday versus Cloud9, and I would say there were some great moments for both teams there, but for LAG against Toronto, they were controlling every element of the game, and that was the first time that I've seen Ultra look that lost on a map so far this season.
Yeah, they have yet to play it. Obviously, they need more practice on it because the Gorillas found success versus Cloud9, and again, they find success this time versus Ultra to keep them alive in the series. But it's just as simple as the Gorillas were finding those opportunities to where those kills are going down, and they were simply walking away with 3-1 trades. As soon as that happens, it makes it more difficult for the team on the attacking side or even the team on the defensive side because spawns are so far away from both of these objectives to where you get those 3 kills, you're taking the map away from them, and then you're forcing them to waste time working off the respawn. And that's just basically what it comes down to. They outslayed them to bits in that map number 3 to stay alive. And now they're forcing a Skyline hardpoint where this is their most repped hardpoint that they have. So if you are the Gorillas, you're feeling good going into this map 4 to try to force game 5.
Absolutely you are. And just, I kind of want to reflect back a little bit more on this map number 3 because I think the way you kind of categorize it, and I'm sure lots of people out there either who's been watching CDL or Challengers or in their ranked games, they kind of feel it. Like once you have a poor break off on Hacienda offensively, the only word I can think of is like panic. It's just like, uh-oh, now we're stuck, spawning in bad spots. We're so far away from both control zones. We have to clear out so much space space to even see one or the other. And when your spawns are staggered in the way that they were throughout pretty much the entirety of both offenses for Ultra, you get this moment of like, well, I'm going to go play through Rocket. Oh, I found a kill, so I'm going to jump onto A. Oh, never mind, I died. But my teammate's over towards fences, and he's found a kill, so now he's on B. It never feels like it's really collectively put together. And that's just, I think, kind of the panic that we saw there for Ultra in a couple of their offensive moments.
And that's exactly it, Alan. It's just that panic button. Like you said, when your teammates aren't winning the gunfights, they're probably used to winning, and you're forced to make some kind of hero play around the map. It's just not going to be easy when they have that info on you and they have more bodies to challenge you out. Just turns into, like, whenever you go 4 dead on this map or you're accounting for a lot of the kills, it turns eventually into a lot of individual players making those individual plays. Like we saw Insight over towards Rock, at least on that defensive round. He just finesse dance around that position, but he finds that 2-piece, or at least sets up his teammates to find that second kill, and that makes it a lot easier. On a map like Hacienda, a lot of individual talent needs to be shown there in those one-on-one gunfights, and it was won by the Gorilla mates there.
And now we kind of take that same conversation to Skyline Hardpoint. It's been the most rehearsed map in the pool so far in Hardpoint for LAG. They've played it in every series except for one, and for the most part, it's treated them pretty darn nicely. 249, 250 lost to Optic Texas, but other than that, it's been pretty much controlled by LAG. And I think the conversation point here for a team that has only 4 Hardpoint wins, 3 of them coming on, or actually all 4 of them, 3 of them coming on Skyline Hardpoint, is what do we need to do to make the rest of the map pool feel like the success stories that we can create on a map like Skyline? Because it is one of those maps that it's like you instantly find kills, you instantly turn that into effect in the map because the map is so small. Is that kind of where you feel that this Skyline map favors LAG because the decision making is so immediate that you have to have it?
Yes, without question. It's not forcing players to think too much. We know that if I just fly on in, I catch a double, they spawn all the way across the map. If we're setting up a proper break, if we're already pushed up into their base, especially at P4s, that's when they usually tend to find a lot of success early on into those hard points with those early breaks. They get 1 kill on that side, you spawn them all the way across the map. Right. So these are the things that come in quickly for the Gorilla mates, especially on Skyline. When you have 5 or 6 reps the way that they do, you have been tested multiple times. Like you said, a 1-point difference versus Optic Texas, but this has been their bread and butter map. They just have to make sure that their rotations are on point, because at least in map number 1, they got all rotated to bits every single time on Ultra, besides that P2, but then we're getting instantly broken. The good thing for them on this map is that rotations are sitting at 4th overall. Breaks are 2nd overall. So that's a big stat right there for the Gorilla mates to try to force this game number 5. And on the opposite side for Ultra, 12th in rotations on Skyline, yeah, we got to be there early.
Yeah, and it will be said, you know, for Toronto, they're no strangers to this map either. You see it here, and outside of a 6-point loss to Miami, they have beat the brakes off of teams like Atlanta and teams like Vegas. So those are the other interesting metrics to kind of keep as an early season guide towards how both these two teams have fared. So LAG trying to send this to a map number 5, which we haven't talked about it really yet, Jay. That map 5 doesn't feel good if you're an LAG fan, just because Toronto have baked and really buttered their bread on Red Card Search, but it has to get there first. And for LAG, here
we go.
Prime opportunity to do it on a map that you've seen almost every single series.
Yeah, we got to get through this Skyline hardpoint to get to that map 5. And already off the start, Ultra not spawning on the preferred side, find 3 kills in the feed. Spawn still secure for the Gorillas. This is what they tend to do on this map. When it's the last player alive, he knows the pressure's still in front of him. I'm just going to play my life, not really force a gunfight. Because you need to try to maintain these spawns on a map like Skyline. All 4 dead, though. Ultra had a great start to this game.
I think it's really interesting, like, watching how Ultra flip and mix the composition of weapons depending on where they are in any particular hard point. Like here, it's a break off with all 3 players holding ARs except for Joe. Actually, he's got one as well. So it was 4 AR setup here for Ultra from the unfavored side, just playing for the kills first. And then off their next lives, you would think they would start to play to try to flip the map around. They're not going to be able to successfully do that here early. Lynn's just going to gatekeep through mid, while LAG will open up P2 to their name.
Yeah, that's insane to say, right? Because you get 32 seconds off P1, a majority of the kills go your way, but you still were not able to flip out the spawns. And that's due to the way that Gorilla mates love to play around this P2. Simply playing your life on the back end, not allowing those flips to go down, and this is the reason why. 3 to start, make it all 4 dead. Flawless on the first attempt there. And now they can take the lead.
Now Lynn's just going to watch through Hot Tub, just try to count the numbers, which Priesta will have to be the one responsible for, and he's good for the over. Looking for more, not going to be able to find it. Sky's off the timing with the pinch, able to turn it into another elimination, but Insight, he's been able to take down 3 of the 4. You're going to get Priesta, who does still spawn up as a way to try to hold on to this scrap time, but Ultra are starting to flood forward. They get Kismet out of the hard point. Priesta is still finessing, trying to get a couple of these exit kills, while in the meantime, you got LAG already set up for Dude. Much better in terms of the macro game here for Gorilla's mate.
Oh, yeah, much better. That opportunity doesn't even happen for a break there at P2 if Inside doesn't pop that triple. But still, they were able to micromanage it, win the rotation over towards New, dominating the kill feed. Last player alive is going to be towards bottom gym, and Kleenex miraculously is able to find a double, so that's going to open up his teammates now to have the advantage, working their way back in for the early break.
Yeah, and that's one of those moments you look at and you say that's a little bit too easy for Toronto, but still, we talked about it in the fly-through. LAG, very successful on their break percentage. And Lins has already kicked us off to a pretty solid start there. Priesta holding over the top of this back bar, and now the flood forward. Lins, okay, how about the shots from Lins? Enough damage to force the nade from Joe to take down Beans, and now trophy systems are up for the last 23.
And this is where Ultra are just cutting their losses there at P3. You don't want to get put into that mixed fest of challenging those gunfights on those difficult head glitches, so gonna try to catch them off guard early off the rotation, and the kills count. Kleenex beating Joe, combined for 3. Priest, the last player who was thinking about that Rolo, he gets taken care of, so Ultra trying to break for the final 15. They flip the spawns over towards
That's
New.
weird. I never realized that the fucking Toronto logo was kind of looked like a squirrel until they mentioned it.
Good days from Toronto up top. Stops this play through top bedroom. It forces the players down low and Kismet to have to wait for regens to start coming through. Lins, bold challenge, wins it. Follow-up. Beans off the trade, but he's the last one standing. Spawns will move. Nice angle from Beans. Good damage tallied, but still taking care of an LAG will secure their break.
And it's the first attempt. Everybody through top plat. 3, 2, 1. I chow here, you chow there. They win 3 out of the 4 gunfights. Instantly flip the spawns. And now we're soaking up all of this P4 time. Beans again potentially trying to make a play here. Just waiting for his teammates to get into the play. He's able to find a double. Kleenex finds a third. Give me all 3 Benjamin Beans. That's my hard point.
That's unbelievable from Beans, 4 in a row. And boy, does Toronto need something like that with Joe Deceive just at 3 and 10.
That's my
Again,
hard
off
point.
To a very tremendously slow start. To be fair, he is the one trying to enter and open up some of these plays, but has not found any success doing so. All that told, we exit the first rotation of Hills pretty much dead even. Good exchange here for the Gorillas, mate, though, over the top of P1. That'll allow them to get in for some opening time here on Hot Tub with a follow-up kill on Kleenex to help that out.
Yeah, they couldn't find any time last go around here at the P1 HP. You have Beans on 5 in a row. Great shots to take down Priesta. But if you're Ultra, you need to try to flip these spawns for the very first time. It was LAG just holding it down, and they're continuously doing it with all of that kill feed lighting up white.
Joe can't do shit.
Got Lins in towards the hot tub. Just relaxing, calm, cool, collected. Nade's going over the head. He has not been hit by anything.
Cheeks, man.
His teammates consistently just watching over him.
And pop up and do things like this. What is it about Lins on this map and finding multi-kills when you don't expect him to? It's been happening since day 1 of the CDL back in early December. It continues to be the case here in mid-January. Shut down, though, as Lins will be pushed out just a touch. Spawn still decent, at least for Skies. Lins will also be benefited with a bit of a closer spawn than you would anticipate, but Toronto just around the back, keeping things mixy. 50-50 gunfights over the top of the hill, which Toronto are starting to win out on.
Yeah, now it's Lins. So trying to make a play happen. Finds that first kill onto Insight. Now your teammates are in the play over towards White Steps. Miraculously is able to find a double. The SMGs for the Gorilla mates. Find every single kill there that leads to the break.
Nah, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
To start to pull away. Lins just gets it done. Now you just run up the score here.
Nah, this can't be.
28 seconds to fight for. Lins continues to be putting on multi-kill after multi-kill. And LAG's trying to fight back in the last 20 seconds. We jump over to an LAG. Listen it.
Nah, stop fucking around, Toronto. Come on.
Nice. Square back to left. Nice. Good shit. Square. Focusing on me.
He's on. Okay, 2 in time. Cat.
I heard you. Calm it down too, okay?
At the jump.
I'll take space.
Yo, have our D-pinch.
Lane outside the map.
Front I'm watching more than you. Outer, he sees me.
He's a one shot. He is a one shot.
One doesn't fucking play.
I'll get you out.
I'm up their side. Watch me jump down. Watch me jump down. 20 feet.
I have
minus ones. They're going mid. They're going mid.
Jamie, dead.
I have cat. P1.
Oh, we got me P1.
Where are they going? P1 both.
They're double P1.
Front gym.
They're gonna be fouled as well.
They can go rugs, huh?
They could go. We flip. He got 3.
That's winner. Beans, watch out. Absolute.
Old weak on me.
They're on ult.
They're bad. Yo, absolute ult. T-bed.
I respond deep. They're gonna hit the garden.
He's gonna be guarding.
One shot, Joe.
P1. I'm pitching garden. Back garden. Dead. Nice, one more back garden. I'm running. I'm flanking too. Yo, he shot me.
He dead.
Nice, still alive. He spawned there. Once the spawn there.
One's in the back of me.
Pitch to the back. Collapse together.
Joe.
I'll shoot
He went top plat.
Yo, kitch.
There's 2 on time. How do you weak in time?
You.
Shot.
Reach.
Yeah, catch. I'm around for catch.
He's in you. Bottom bed, challenge.
And one's you.
You can challenge beats. One shot you, then one shot
You dead?
Skyline be skylining right now, Jay. It's one of those things, like, you see it from LAG's perspective here in these last couple of hard points. It feels like they're doing all the right things, but somehow, some way, they find themselves needing a break down about 20 points.
Yeah, it's because they found themselves initially playing for that P4 rotation early on into that P3, but in the final 15 seconds, Ultra said, screw that, we're gonna work our way to top plat. They found every single kill and were able to walk away with a majority of that P4 time. So keeping the game scrappy is what Ultra are doing, but Gorilla Mates again fighting on back. Kismet finds a double, Linz with the third. Now you get yourself into P1 for another potential lead change.
Jodeci is found by Priest at backside top piano. That leads to Toronto having to hit this from the P4 side of the map. Across the map, through mid, Kleenex at least able to neutralize some of the hard point time. Joe Deceives, again, he had a really slow start, but a couple of decent lives
Here we
in a row
go.
for him here.
Come on, Ultra.
Allows Toronto a chance
Come
to
on, baby.
again,
I need you guys to
but it
win.
doesn't seem likely. They find a
Make
way
my
to get in,
pick'ems right.
contest, and even find a little bit of time of their own. So now
And
they're
I
up
wanna
another
get
10
onto the
points.
whole
Kismet trying to
block
reroute
ticket.
behind the play. Swoops on in, finds Insight. Could he track down one more? Doesn't make a difference. Beans' teammate will give a little bit of freedom here for LAG on rotation.
Yeah, LAG need to be ironed up off this rotation because Beans is going to make them pay for it. He's able to
That's
find
right,
3
Beans.
back
Yeah,
squad
Beans.
for the Gorilla Mates. And thankfully, they make a couple of these kills count. Now the next one up is Kleenex. And that's going to be a clean 4 dead. So Gorillas, again, win the rotation over towards P2. They are basically unbreakable on that side of the map. They just need a lot of this time now.
Now it's going to be a little bit of a hit here for Joe through Jim, but the rest of Ultra are playing the outside balcony. And Kleenex has gotten forward, Insight finding another, and this is just a little bit too easy for the break attempt. Skies has to try to hold on as much as he possibly can. Not able to do too much. And here, Joe, a little shaky on the way up the staircase, but still the rest of Ultra clean it up. Now it's just down to Candy gets a quick read with LAG. For PC side, and Priesta, he's going to find himself a double. Beans the last one standing in the hard point itself, but Kleenex, he's found himself two. Beans off the rewrap. He could put this out of question, and Ultra will win out the gunfights with 20 seconds to earn.
Finally, those gunfights are going on for about 30 seconds. It's trade after trade after trade. But Ultra able to secure, but not for long because already the Gorilla Mates are right here ready to contest you. Priesta goes up to Zip. He's able to find a triple. And now they're only going to find themselves down by 20 points. You got Skies early off the rotation. You also got Kismet here for the assist. He's at least able to find one, but Kleenex again finding a double to break all of their setup.
And he has the anticipation for Lynn's Insight, able to get his trade. Back and forth we go. A little tug of war over the top of P3. 228 plays 205. Joe playing at a long-range angle. Last one standing here for Ultra. Tries to push the effort, and that's not going to work out. Chance here for LNG to reclaim the lead.
They just keep on soaking. You know, they're consistently spawning over towards Cabo. They don't want to flip out. But just make those gunfights come to you. Insight with the opening, Kleenex with the pinch. It's gonna be the game breaker. Doesn't find a double, but his team can now win it off of that play.
What a route from Kleenex. Knowing his teammates are locking things down towards P4 side, he has the freedom to make maybe the game-winning play, and now Joe Deceives right back into the mix. Kleenex over the top of the bar, not able to find the one bullet maybe needed remaining onto Priest's health pool, so LAG will stay alive. Insight mid-map, shut down, and here we go. Have to battle for new.
How aggressive are they going to be? Where does Insight spawn? He's going to be blessed to spawn right next to his teammates. So they have the numbers. They find the initial 2. Ultra going to close it out here.
Sure feels that way with Insight playing the back. He finds
that
the
was
final
a banger. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good watch.
Elimination. right
That's a good
at
watch,
the closing
Ooh,
bell.
double neg for Ultra.
Just do what they need to do to stay in the game throughout the first really 2 rotations of Hills, and finally Joe starts to put it together there in the last handful of hard points to allow Toronto a chance to steal away a map from LAG.
That's an unbelievable hard point between both of the teams. Phenomenal job from LAG, specifically from that P1 to P2.
sir.
They did not lose those spawns off the rip any single time. They were never flipping on the opposing end. So you got to say kudos to that. But Ultra made the adjustments throughout the middle of that game. They couldn't find a break early on into P2. But the second time around, it was CleanX who finds a double to keep it scrappy. Again, off the third time at P2, it's CleanX who finds a double, instantly able to flip those spawns out. But the turning point of the game is when the Gorillas went from P3 to P4. Because they soaked up about 40 seconds. They knew that Ultra were rotating their way through top mid. But then once you got down to the final 15 seconds of that P3, the players that were playing for the spawns at the new, they all dropped. The players that were at the old hard point, they all dropped. And then at the wrong time, you spawned all the way across the map to try to find a very difficult break in towards P4. That's what allowed Toronto to have the little bit of the lead that they were able to grow and eventually close out the game the way that they did. Great series between both teams, but Ultra, they were just a better squad today.
Back and forth, Skyline hard point. That was as tight as it gets throughout the majority of that game. I mean, those are pretty much parallel lines throughout the first rotation and a half between these two squads. So it will be Toronto taking the win 3-1 over the series. A look back over it. The first 2 maps, the 250 to 180 reads closer than the map was. LAG just could not put together 2 moments in a row. And the Vault Search and Destroy, outside of one counterplay, Ultra was just all gas, no brakes. I will say, though, the control seems to still be a shining light for LAG. It just, they can't quite find ways to turn the success they find in those respawns into what they do in the hard points. And the Search and Destroy is still a bit questioning, I think, just on a map pool basis for these guys as well.
Yeah, they just have to figure out what their identity is, because right now when I look at this Gorilla squad, obviously you got world champions left to right, but just right now in their hardpoint game, they just don't really have that fundamental game in play, and especially when they're not finding that kills, it's going to make it even more difficult for them going forward.
Well, LAG not able to go into back-to-back wins. Toronto still looking really solid after the minor as we head back to the desk for their thoughts.
6-0, Toronto Ultra, 1 match away from securing the #1 seed at their major in Madrid.
Sure.
They take care of business. All 3 of us terribly wrong in our predictions.
Well,
I mean,
I was
me and
wrong
you
on
were.
purpose for him.
We appreciate you. I do want to ask, though, who do you give the MVP to? Because it comes down to 2 candidates, Beans and CleanX for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I mean, it's tough because Beans had some clutch rounds, but I'm going to go CleanX because of impact. Just huge plays that he was making. I mean, Jay was just talking about it. The 2 Ps he got in the back of P2, like answering the call there, massive. The end of the game, the heroic effort. Like, CleanX is just that guy for this team.
Let's take a look at some of the best plays from CleanX and Beans throughout this game #4. This was close for a few moments, and we were talking about it in the green room. When LAG is up, what's happening? Priesta is slaying. And what weapon is in his hands on Skyline?
Yeah, it's SMG. It does feel like when they have the 3 SMGs out and Priesta's kind of being aggressive, they're just finding way more success. They're a tough one to gauge, man, because I know you're talking about the control. Like,
I asked Ant, like right before we came live, I was like, when was the last time there was a team that was good in control and not good in another mode? Like just control. I can't think of another time. They're 5-2 in control, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to remember. I honestly feel like that's never happened. And that's why I feel like you don't panic if you're the Gorillas mates, because
we put stock in control because that's like that's a really like big team mode.
Yeah.
And like I talked about this on Camera Joe before. Like, you know, usually when you look through the stats of a team like 1-3 where they're in position or 1-12, whatever, their hardpoint rank and their S&D rank usually it's kind of all over the place where people are. But usually control-wise is pretty much straight down the line. Like it's been like that historically for whatever reason it has. So yeah, seeing them like 5-2 and then there's like not good anything else, only 1-1.
Yeah.
Does it give me faith or is it like the weirdest thing ever? I don't know, man.
It was bound to happen at some point. But like in this series, you look at it as just Toronto. Every time there was a huge rotation or a break that needed to be had, they were there to do it. I mean, even despite when Kismet hits the underground route, they find 2 kills. It's a 4v2. Instantly, Beans finds 3 to just give them control once again.
Those key moments, you had a player from Toronto always stepping up. It felt like LAG was just 2 steps behind, and they will find themselves in that bottom bracket to start things off in Madrid.
I think Kiz's face there said it all. He stood up and went, like, it's got to be frustrating. 'Cause even what we're talking about with control, like, I think they have to feel like we're close.
I would. I mean, you're losing so
close, bro. But like, you got to be good at one hardpoint or search. I mean, it's 4 or 5. It can't just be control. And it's not like they just have a great
nameless Haze Maven on that
They're
desk.
not good enough to earn our scuff play of the game either, Maven. Let's take a look at this thing. It belongs to Toronto. It's Beans popping 40 of them.
I think Beans might be one of my favorite gamer tags.
Joe Deceives, I
Come on, Nameless.
Let's take a look.
Try now, man.
Oh, Big Joey D. Joe Deceives, man, he is out there just having fun, taking names, an absolute monster on the map. And I think, like, he is one of the better storylines individually the past couple of years. I think just like the Thieves team last year is one of the better storylines we had all of last year. Just you lose your superstar roster, you come in with that, the way they improved, and he was a big part of that late in the year. It's been a very feel-good story for him. I think, I don't know, I just like feel good for him that he's now got a shot. He's on like a real, okay, granted, that Thieves team like really made a run last year, but this is different. Yeah. This is a much better team.
We've seen some vault performances last 2 days, man. Purge, Joe Deceives, guys taking over.
I just saw they had 2 performers dropping 40. Joe in that first hardpoint, Beans in the second one. Is this the best team in hardpoint right now? Who else can compete at that level with Toronto?
I mean, I think Thieves still, you want to argue it. We need to see it once again. But prior to the minor, Thieves were insane in hardpoint, like rolling teams. So I think Thieves, Optic, I mean, you could put Toronto in that discussion after this performance, potentially.
Toronto, they are riding the ship. They look like one of the scariest teams on protocol. Their only weakness today, control.
Yeah, sure.
No phase is crazy after they win
with one of the players and 2 more epic battles. LA Thieves versus
Yo,
Optic
Krito, we could win like 2 majors and I still like, phase doesn't go anywhere.
It's all good, man.
Bro, I think phase might win everything this year, bro.
We'll see.
They look final. Like, they're not even done. Like, they're not even to their fullest potential yet, but they look fine.
Upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the CDL.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
No, he's mid desk, laying down mid desk. The long desk, snaking the long desk.
Nice, Clay. Good
Let's
go,
Clay.
Clay.
Let's go, Clay.
Should've ran at him, bro.
Yeah, you should have with the Vaz for sure.
Oh.
All good.
What the hell?
Where's this? I'm on top. He's gotta be backside.
Dead.
Maybe backside side. I'm trying side.
Nice. Come on.
Get up. Hey, we got
Orange challenge, bro. You go. Let's go. Holy shit.
Oh, he's got clutch up there. My fault.
You're better. You're better, bro.
I went to like Vault Door, I think. I've seen this, bro.
Oh my god. He's in Vault. Hey, Meadows. You're so much better. Bomb.
Oh my god!
Holy
Hello?
Let's go. You're the
Hold them real quick. Holy
Yo!
and,
Yobi! Yobi!
Back him up. Make it on the The curse has been broken. The dynasty has been cemented. They are the greatest roster in Call of Duty history. Optic Gaming are officially the Call of Duty World League champions.
Steals the record for most kills dropped in a single match. It's 115, and it's Gwyn.
On the collapse, he gets the angle, he gets the kill. His series
Frito.
continues. Gwyn's here.
yeah, this is
They reduced the kill. They're when the new update comes out for season 2. They're reducing collision with teammates to improve maneuverability around tight spaces and doorways with nearby enemies. You know how like off the break, if we ran into each other, we'd basically like launch each other to the side or something?
TJ gonna drop one.
Yeah.
They were fixing that. So
Gwyn, of course it's on Gwyn. One player left. Hudson finds it.
Weapon
Gwyn
balance
seals the deal with a record-setting series for Gwyn. Gwyn is different.
Weapon balance pass, bullet penetration updates. Further reducing weapon motion when jumping, sliding, and diving with the dexterity attack equipped. Improving player visibility and kill confirm by reducing the height of dog tags. Simplifying extended requirements for...
Spawns, make sure we're counting names. Listen to each other. Listen. This time, we take everything.
It's the match we've been waiting for since we saw the graphic. It is LA Thieves taking on Optic Texas. Nameless, we got a little sample of this at the end of last week, and we were all pumped up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hyped for this. I mean, we look at the Shotzi versus Hydra matchup. We can't wait to get into this one. And, you know, for me, coming into this, I look at Thieves and I'm like, I feel like they're the team we know the least about. We haven't seen them too much. They got 2 game modes. They're still up in the air in search and destroy and control. And we're going to learn so much in this match.
What are you excited about?
Just the matchup in general. I mean, especially since they came back and they looked a little bit flat after the break. You know, didn't have as much to work on going into it. People probably traveling to see friends and family over the holiday. Came back and seemed a little bit rusty against a FaZe team that's making a run, right?
They getting lazy.
Maybe, yeah. They might have got lazy. You know, Nate was pissed, and we're going to see, you know, if they kind of flip the switch. And then for Optic, I just, you know, I said the same stuff last year, but like I haven't been all that impressed with their showings. You know, they've been playing some weaker teams and not exactly blowing them out, but that's kind of been their MO, and then they turn up at land. So this is a test, though. This is one where you need to come out. Both teams are be giving their all. You got Titans on both sides of it. These are just the fun ones to watch and cast. They just are, man.
LA Thieves have a loss. That, of course, came in the minor, though. So they're putting their undefeated record on the line here, number 2 versus an Optic Texas squad that ranks at number 3. They looked really good going into the minor and also fell short to Carolina.
Well, this is one where, like, I think Hook has come in and, listen, he's, like, filled in as well as he could. It's going to be hard to fill in for a player like Fred and the run they went on last year, obviously. He had very big shoes to fill. He's been doing great, but this is the kind of matchup, like, does he maybe get exposed a little bit slotting into this team when you play somebody like Thieves and they're so good top to bottom? That's kind of what I'm wondering.
That's the concern, right? And we've seen Thieves have some close hard points, but we've also seen them absolutely roll teams, 100-point club them, right? And, you know, that's when you look at it in the sub duo, you're like, Hook's going to have to fry in this match once again. Like, you need him. What we saw in the last match, Hook gets activated, you saw how much better Optic.
Yeah. No, he's played really well, but, like, it's just sometimes you have matches where people get a spear. This isn't one of them. Like, everyone's got to perform.
I have no concerns about Hook. After watching him recently, after talking to him in the winner's circle, the man's playing with a whole new level of confidence. Shotzi's saying he's more comfortable than he was playing with Pred at times. And when you called him out last match, he dropped 42 on Vault to open things up. He was plus 22 at one point in that game. So I think Optic is rolling. On the other side, Thieves are the team I have a big question mark on because they did not show up to the minor. How much better can you get in 1 week?
I'm concerned about these because, I mean, I'm looking at it. They have 0 reps on Hasi, Proto, or Red Card Search and Destroy, right? We don't know how good they are at control, like 3-2 in their matches that they've had. They just haven't played a ton of maps or matches, like 5 matches, have 1 loss, and obviously they look sluggish coming out of the break. So for Thieves, I think they need to answer a lot of questions here. And you got your team owner coming out and questioning your guys' work ethic, and we haven't even went to a major yet.
Yeah.
We have to talk about those types of things, especially when you have a roster you're paying top dollar for. So for them, there's added pressure in this matchup, not only because they haven't been performing, but because it's against Optic.
Yes, that, and like, this is a team where, like, you have a lot of personality that can clash, and I think if they're winning, it becomes very easy. Like, you get along, you have fun, you're frying. They start to lose a bit, that's when I get worried. So you'd like that to not start early?
Time to make our picks official. Let's lock them in. Judge Maven ready to rule. He is going to... You know what? I would like to go with Optic Texas today. Is that okay with you?
I'll let it go.
Come on, name it.
It's cringe, bro. Do I have to pick now?
You do. You know, no matter what you say, I'm flipping this.
I'm going LA Thieves. got him.
Oh, the crayons are, I broke the crayon box.
Shotzi, I got Texas, baby.
Wait, did you just baby
right
into swapping it?
Trap, bro.
Where did you pull that out from? We look good, though. Look at us.
Got some props, brother. Yeah, can I see you?
Miles and Chips, take the stage.
I dropped you. The fist bump killed me. All right, we got props for
What
everything. It's going to be a good series.
You like
No
that,
doubt
Credo?
about it. I'm running with Puckett, though, here. I think the question marks are the Thieves. They didn't have a good time.
All right, Credo, let's lock in here. Thieves versus Optic Texas. Who are you taking, Credo?
Red Hot.
Am I
I got Optic, bro. Game 5, 3-2.
The fans pick the Thieves.
I have that
Is
too,
real?
Credo.
How
The
is
exact
this
same
calculated?
freaking
I've
setup.
never
Let's
seen
get it,
a fan
baby.
vote in
I'm
my
so excited.
entire, like,
I'm excited
casting
for Runts.
timeline, like a decade
Runts
now.
isn't even here. I gotta
Optic
carry his
isn't
spirit
a
with
fan
me, brother.
choice, so
We gotta carry.
supposedly
We gotta
that's
carry
what
his
I'm told, but
spirit.
I think there might be shenanigans. I'm calling conspiracy.
We gotta bring
What
Runts
do the
with
fans
us,
think?
Credo.
I know it is going to be a fun one, an absolute treat to behold. It's starting
Let's
off
get
on
it, Credo.
Hacienda. You couldn't ask
Lock
for
in
anything
here,
more.
brother.
Well, we have a triple
Remember,
capacity,
Thieves
and
have
this is
no
gonna be
reps
great.
on this map,
This
according
is
to
the
what
banana
Nayman
and
just
it's the
said.
goods on the inside, so this is going to be
So
a
this
fantastic,
is gonna be a weird
fantastic
one.
showing. And again, we haven't seen Hacienda control from the Thieves yet. A lot of learnings here, folks. Thieves, though, hardpoint, 2 losses in a row for a squad that started things off, I mean, nearly impeccable. I mean, admittedly, that was on Rewind, and that feels like a lifetime ago, but now, let's see what they got. 7-3 overall. One of the stronger teams in the respawn mode. Hacienda will put them to the test. Let's do this, folks.
Let's get it.
Thieves, Optic Texas. Yeah.
Hey, for what it's worth, Miles, by the way, apparently a less than 2% difference in the fan vote. So LA Thieves just get the slight bump. We'll see how they handle the opening break. Team kill rolls through, but you have dominated the top hallways. But looks like Optic, they've said you can have the hallways. We'll take the time. Hook already soaking.
I put that on a hoodie, no joke. Early time here for Optic Texas. Scrap cleaned up. Open side of the map's going to be safe and sound. Ghosty takes on his old teammate Dashi. Is trying to get these boys off of the hard point. Maven said no one's allowed to disappear in this matchup, and I completely agree. We'll see if anyone's going to go quietly into this Hacienda. Nice shots out of Shotzi. Wow. Strides his way into a 2-piece.
All right, this is one of those games where you're trying to vie to be the best player in the game. When you have 2 top teams getting after it. Shotzi obviously gets a ton of gas. He's been gassing up players like Dashi, saying this is the man with the crown. And looking at the minimap, LA Thieves, well, they got the back spawn secured, but once again, they do not have the time. And you have Optic with a perfect P1. You gotta break this one down, and Envoy might just be this guy. Happy birthday. Welcome to Shotzi's land, though. He's got the Lambo, he's got the heady, and he had a little bit of gold.
Yeah, he did. 2 kills to his name now. Helps his boys get into the fight. Kenny's in from the hip, finds 1. He's still trying to keep this pressure up. Dashi's got to go huge. Has to find him a lot here, but it's the birthday boy right back at it on the slide. Shotzi through lobby. No, thank you. 30 seconds to go on P2, and the Thieves an iron grip.
Oh, good reads on the spawns as well. The instant that Shotzi spawns him in the back. I saw Scrap's head turn on a swivel, but you might have read it at the start. You don't read it in the end. And that is the break that Optic were looking for. Granted, only for 15 seconds to Scrap, but for how much emphasis the LA Thieves just put on that time, they did not walk away with a good chunk. Optic will have a 40-point lead going into new, and with that kill from Dashi delivering them, at least the spawns for the early time. You got Scrap and Envoy trying to hold it down.
Chelsea's route through the middle of the map is paying off. There we go, hard point. Can we get any more kills? Answer is so nearly. Wow. Ook now gets to the fight a little late. Plenty of tagged up players. Presence there for the Thieves on the inside of Tin. Now Ghosty and Hydra find their kills. Pushing on out, creating some space. Hoop on the reposition, finding at least 1. Ghosty, nice hold. The Thieves have done a great job in handling this push from Optic.
Get Ghosty freaking roaring. He's going to be able to get this trade as well. Actually, that is a little bit of teamwork coming through, but clean shots from the Optic boys nonetheless, just to take down Ghosty. But as far as the time goes, LA Thieves, I mean, they handled it incredibly well. They were a little late on the rotation, and they still walk away with the majority of the time. And of course, staying ahead of the rotation is LA Thieves. They get bodies to new first. Dashi, he might be around and pick up an extra kill, but it is 3 players set up around this new time. Trying to break this down with an AR is a tough task indeed. He's waiting for his teammates, but they're getting cut down along the way, and a perfect hold thus far, and both sides pushed out. This is prime time right now for Thieves.
Will Optic read this? Well, they nearly do. Dashi's pistol works out on the inside of Garage. Now it rules the hard point. Thieves on the turtle up. They do their best job to take care of those. Oh, wow, the pinch hello from Kenny. That's huge. Through the front. Huge finds
his way in. Dashy gets his. It's a clean sweep and a perfect pickup for the Optic Texas boys.
And there is nothing more important than timing in Call of Duty. And as you called out, Miles Kenny had it down to a T. He goes on the pinch, making sure he doesn't get caught by a spawner, and he even kills the right guy. So it's not just the flank routes that are important, it's the timing of when you strike, and Optical utilized that 40-point lead going into new. And I'd say LA Thieves has been a little better on the rotation front, but the P1 from Optic was dominant. They're looking to try to set the same thing up again, but goes to be the first man in time. Hoop doesn't want to let it happen, getting active on a 4 spree.
Yeah, way active, man. He's styling. We saw him running in aims a moment ago. Now he's on a 4 spree. Kenny, the precision of a Swiss clock. Can't get the second. Shots though from Hook again, keeping his spree rolling. Shots into the hard point at 14 and 9 as well. Don't forget that. Dashy solid as a rock, out by a rock. And the rest of the map is mostly covered by Optic players. They got the feed, they got the time, they got it all.
This is complete just P1 dominance as well. I mean, they got 42 seconds on P1 just off the opening break, and maybe not 42 the second goal around, but they just clear up the spawns. Dashy continues to have the best pistol shot in the game. Certainly in the conversation, maybe just him and Simp in that category, but the P1 has been dominant. LA Thieves prioritizing this rotation so much to attack those back spawns, but it's a different mini-map this time. Now you got Hook in the back, and his spree continues 7 in a row. Cruise missile in control, and you got Scrap not shooting back.
Absolutely slow one here from Scrap. 4 and 13. He's getting beaten up. Finally get himself some momentum. Over to Kenny though, taking care of business in the back. They're backing up as well. So the backside.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen
towards the front side of the hard point. You in?
No, not like never. I mean like double neck.
Hook still on an absolute tear. Let's go for a listen with Optic Texas.
They gotta go for it, bro. I've all back. This
guy's having a rough one.
Yeah, I got it, bro. Get the back. I'm getting the back. That's fine. I've all up. Get the back. Get the back. That's upside. Close this, right? Flip this time, bro. Let's get time. Yeah. I have a streak for next. Okay, that's fine. Pick this out. Get this first go. I'm playing the open. Alright, top back close. I might get it. Nice, good shit, Kyler. Alright. Alright, pockets on this ball back up. I'm trying to leave it.
Yeah, I have a house storm.
Yeah,
me too. One guy's top.
Oh my fuck. Yo, when you got a streak?
I'm a streak.
Yo, one guy's outer fence.
I'm streaking from open. I'm waiting for that streak.
Oh my fucking god.
Top you, weak. Don't be.
Okay, top you, on time, going 10, another guy's top bar. Top you, not telling me. Top you, silver, go 10.
One guy's in 10. Scrap.
Top you, one shot, him in there.
In the back.
I see it, Tom.
Scrap 10.
You're close to the pot, one is nice.
Yep, alright, good. Alright, last guy. I'm walking.
In our, top part. That's me, Punk. Top part. Me, one shot, Punk. Go, Punk. You and me, bro, you and me.
Yep.
You. All you. They gotta be secret.
I have top plat. I have
all the fences. Yep. Let me. Okay, you should. There's one across. Every more you.
You going plat?
I will.
They're getting ran.
It might be a perfect finish. Yeah, got off the point for a second. Optic Texas. This is an absolute destructive performance. Obliteration. The LA Thieves have scarcely spawned in. Scrap is still sitting on 5 kills.
Brother.
87 seconds to their name. The rotation is on. The Thieves are in chance.
Think about it though. This is how crazy it is. So Scrap was talking all that crap about how like Draza couldn't win anything against him, and how Draza's won 2 events against him, and he hasn't been the same since. Like he's been whining, complaining about everything. Like,
this is an utterly dominant hard point, and Scrap just average less kills than hills we had in the game. Don't know what was going on with him, but his Twitter fingers have been crazy. Trigger fingers slacking.
No Vaseline.
Wow. We may have not seen as devastating a performance of this caliber of team.
And he's laughing still. What the hell?
Maybe in COD history. Optic Texas just turned the LA Thieves inside out. That is a 1-0, folks. Do not adjust your sets. We're going to have a look at the game time, the in-game time of that opening map.
He's fucking.
That was really ugly.
Losing his mind.
Yeah, LA Thieves speed run at 80%. Optic now top of the leaderboards on that front. clean and efficient gameplay. And I mean, quite frankly, the P1s were as good as it gets off the break and on the rotation. That might have been where they had sort of the biggest gaps in time. Obviously, the kills calm. You got all 4 players positive. Great hill time all the way around from Optic. And Kenny more or less got to put his feet up because there was never any problems on the map. 3 different Hellstorms that were earned amongst the various Optic Texas members. I mean, you could not ask for a better game plan at all. As good as it gets, LA Thieves, welcome to the 100-point club.
22-9 from Hook. We asked him to not shy away. No one was allowed to vanish quietly into this map, and anything but for the Optic Texas boys. As loud and as devastating a performance as they could put on superstars, these legends, these Astartes, absolutely put forward Optic Texas will on Hacienda, and no one answered that. Unbelievable first map.
Yeah, and everybody in this lobby absolutely locked in as well, even for the brief listening we had with Optic. I mean, they're on point, super heads up on the rotation. It's always just good news when you get to hear the calls. Yeah, no, I have a Hellstorm too. This is gonna be perfect for the break, and really could do no wrong. You mentioned Kenny's stat line. I mean, he went, what, 15 and 13, more or less his feet up, but the one opportunity maybe LA Thieves had to accrue any substantial time on that P4, they had the full setup, had both sides pushed out, and just a well-timed flank from Kenny there to break it down. So when you needed the good plays from Optic, they delivered. When you needed them just to slay, they delivered that too. And I know Puckett said he was incredibly confident in Hook, and I could see exactly why. Him and Shotzi, an absolute feast. They just had themselves on Hasi.
I understand the players are all playing from the same facility as well. And yeah, Scrapper, surprise. Hydra, wildly disappointed, I think. That was an incredibly frustrating map for the Thieves.
Credo.
Kenny's pinch was so good out by that rock hard
They're
point.
playing from the same building.
I realized what was happening. I was like, this is the play of the game.
Imagine after the game.
It. To pick up those 2 players on flank. We saw a couple of good looks there, but I mean, after P4, that was it. Game over. Optic run away with it. 75 all the way to 96. A true flatline there from the Thieves. See you later, Hacienda. I'm not sure we're going to be going the distance on this one, but Red Card, Search and Destroy, a moment of reprieve, a moment to sort of reset and hopefully catch your breath for the LA Thieves. Search and Destroy has not been a bad game mode for them whatsoever, but we're going to have to see something very, very special in this matchup, given the pace, tone, and overall energy that Optic have just brought to map 1.
And, you know, they're going to carry into the red card, too, because they do have some experience on this map. While the 2 S&D maps we have in the series, LA Thieves, we haven't seen them play on it at all. And just to backtrack for a second, the game flow chart we just had, I've never even thought about this stat as like a thing, but I think Optic just averaged like 45 seconds on every single hill that they just played. So that was as close to a perfect game as you could have.
Yeah, absolutely. Kills as well. But we'll be taking a look at some more stats, folks, as we get ourselves ready to get into Search and Destroy. And this is it. Hydra versus Shotzi. 2 incredibly different players. I know there's been a lot of discussion around this, but I mean, Shotzi far more. I mean, influential, I think, when it comes to wins. Hydra is a stone cold killer. Not so much in Search and Destroy chance. Let's face it, 0.7. That is not ideal. The opening win duelers as well. I mean, Shotzi is a much more cerebral player. He's the guy putting himself in difficult positions to be killed, to find those kills, you name it. Optic Texas, we're going to see those 2 players second in from the left. We'll watch those with a very, very keen eye as we now get ourselves into red card. Will the Thieves have the resolve? Do they have the strong mental game to bounce back after that brutal loss in map 1?
Well, considering both of these teams are on a loss spree in S&D at the moment,
Possibly not. Possibly yes.
But those stats, I think, do tell a story. Shotzi might be the most well-rounded player we have in Call of Duty. He is just a Swiss Army knife. He's got the incredibly deep tool set. Hydra has consistently had these periods, every single Call of Duty title, where he has slumps in S&D and has to go and figure it out. So he's currently in the slump stage of things, and Hydra certainly, or obviously, a superstar player cannot continue to have poor performances, certainly not against a team like this. Opening break, though, Ghosty strikes for the first blood. That's what LA Thieves needed to have happen.
I think it was a 3-man hail of gunfire there. No one was getting out of that one. Shots of Scrap. Scrap's gonna try to keep him at bay, suppressed, keep him on the inside, send anybody in there to get a different angle. Ghosty. Oh, saw him for a moment. Quick back on up, A-bomb plant. Under all that noise, and here comes a wall of red players. Here come the Thieves on the retake.
Gotta kill Shotzi. Info on one. He plays for the second man first and just gets caught on the mantle to help. Too quick there for LA Thieves and Scrap. He's shooting back now, able to pick up two. For the clutch, and such a tough spot to be in. It does not last. Scrap making up for that hard point performance. Strikes in the round.
Yeah, well done. Scrap able to put himself just behind that sort of pallet of beer, I presume. Keep himself safe from that. Not a easy angle from Hoog. And swaps over to give somebody else the defuse. Again, helping out on that journey towards streaks. Quick point count there towards the end. What are you at? What are you at? I'm at this, you're at that. You get the defuse. Streaks again on this map. Very helpful.
And even trophies as well, right? And S&D does take a decent bit of time to actually accrue them. So it really does alter the way that rounds get played. You have to keep track of it as well. And the top pro teams absolutely do. Counting trophies constantly, keeping track of not just theirs, but their opponents. That just means the rounds are going to be a little bit slow because you got to dodge the pre-nades. Ghosty and Scrap, no showing here. Maybe waiting for a Shotzi to fly into him, but looking at the mini-map, no mistakes being made. Shotzi is aggressive, but inside a ticket.
Envoy. Howdy. Over the top. Shotzi's easy win into the first. Hydra trying to pick up. Can't catch him out. Gets there a little late. Turns it into a clean 1v1. Doesn't take any damage either. So that's fantastic looks there. Thieves rolling with a great amount of momentum after that previous round win. Hoog's been staggered. He's been pushed back. Here we go. Hydra sends it towards the bomb site. Trying to get bodies in these corners. Hoog's on the defense. Brought down again. Dashy now. Turns it to a 2v2.
And he's waiting for Kenny as well. Kenny had a well-timed pinch in the respawn. Now he's going to be working in search as well. And as the bomb gets planted, he's here. Scrap going to back down. And Ghosty hops off bomb. And you got Dashy as the backup man. Kenny gets traded. Here's the 1v1.
He's going to send it with a knife. I don't hate it.
Oh!
What a 1v1 that was. We playing Halo? Look at them shoulders. The strafe on this.
I mean, that's one of the worst played 1v1s there from Scrap. Just
All
awkward
time.
with the punch, and then Dashy. Windy?
Oh, yes. The AC in that room is set to strong.
Oh, my God. That is the ugliest gunfight those two players have had in their entire COD careers.
Two of the best shots we've ever seen in COD. Put that on an NFT. I don't know. I've run out of words. LA Thieves up by 2.
Yeah, that's not great. Scrap, though, is on a 4 spree. So, again, bouncing back from the hard point performance. And now this is the first blood that's going to come quick. Don't know who's going to grab it. Scrap's able to get it. Trades rolling through, though, and Optic come out on top. You still need to shut down Scrap, though. 5-0. And they'll be creeping up on a cruise as well. But Shotzi, Hook, and Dashy, at least 2 of those players running together. But Scrap might just be able to find a free pick here. No, Hook backs him down.
Well, if he gets that pick, then he's got the same amount of kills as he had in the hard point. So good for you, Scrap. You've turned it around. Damn, Ghosty, big win. Shotzi was in an outstanding spot there. 2v2 bomb down here.
Yeah, I think they're getting hit right.
This is just going to be one of those maps where I'm not going to be able to predict any
Shotzi
gunfight.
should have just killed Ghost.
No, this one. As far as the situation goes, advantage right now from Optic in the 2 versus 2. LA Thieves have not taken a great deal of space. Now you get Dashy up top, eyes on one.
Nice. He was so close to it.
Those are the shots we're used to.
Ah, dear. Ghosty makes it now 1v1, 15 seconds to go. Hook's got himself a sweet spot deep at the back of the map.
Hook wins it.
Not enough time for the defuse, not enough time for the kill either. Hook's going to be there to guarantee it. Nice little wall bang there through the goal. He might go down. He goes down with the shit. You'll take it. A little smirk from Hook there. Just to absolutely guarantee it, but I don't think he was on a spree or anything, so absolutely fine. Nice work, though. Good search so far.
This is a combination of maybe they're too locked in. Like, not even paying any attention to that giant exploding bomb, just full tunnel vision into it. It doesn't matter because you get the round win, but this is a bit of a mixy S&D at the very least. Red card is delivering.
We get, anything for the win, no matter what it takes. You put yourself on the line every round. 3-1 split here for the Thieves. Avoid the low man over by B. A lot of noise to him on the map. Trophies, everything. A lot of lethals now being thrown. And Kenny managed to dodge them all. Fragmentation doesn't make it through those bushes. Over to B we go.
Well, this is just an intel play for Hook. He's wanting to get a freebie on somebody running past. Looking at the mini-map, you assume a trade will roll through. Who's going to be the first of all, or do they just check it? Yeah, you do the same thing as Shotzzy round one. The adjustment gets made, and this will be a 2v4 for Kenny and Shotzzy if they could pull it off.
Kenny will be the first man in. Shotzi's making sure there's no shenanigans on the flank. But Kenny, he's going to be doing this fight alone for the longest of time. Shotzzy gets going. Kenny's doing the best he can to draw the aggression, draw the guns away from the window, because here comes Shotzzy. In we go from the hip. Can't get a second. Unbelievable tags. And Kenny brought down in the pinch as well. A magnificent attempt. The Thieves take it though.
Yeah, really good try from Shotzzy, but unfortunately just not enough, man. If Kenny gets that first kill on Hydra, maybe he's able to turn in time and trade off a one-shot kill, but you saw Kenny, he got 4 tags in there with Hydra, but with the aims, unless you get the headshots, you need 1 more. So Hydra, just the right gun for the job. Easier for the SMGs up close, and again, well played just to get the bloods there from LA Thieves. So first look we've seen from them on red card, and maybe with the extra little bit of intel that they have on Optic playing the map, taking care of business thus far. First bloods have been very impactful. Shotzzy will be making moves to see if he can collect an extra one, but that's a heavy ticket stack. He's going to get tagged up and gunned down on the cross. Trades rolling through. 2 players stacked up in there from LA Thieves. They get out of dodge. Kenny trying to keep him trapped, but Kenny can't find a kill.
Whoa. We're not aiming for the truck. The RC car was certainly aiming for Kenny. 2v2. Back over to the bomb site. We're slowing things right down. Optic Texas has got himself an opportunity to get the plant down, but as soon as that thing starts ticking, Hydra's going to come on in kicking.
They're talking about the child. They know he's in the corner. Tried together. They got him. No one falls. This will leave Scrap in a 1 versus 2, and this is a round that Optic desperately need.
Dashy's on the hunt for Scrap. He's not holding the bomb site alongside Hook here. And will it pay off? It will not. 1v1. Gunning it ready for Hook. Not picking a corner. Going for the front line. Is he going to send it now? He is. He's going for the kill. He's been heard. He has been dealt with. Hook leaves nothing to fate. Takes the round in his own hands.
Yeah, why is Hook's camera so
I don't know who the scariest player is in like a 1v1 bomb down situation.
I
but
know, I was going to say, why though?
It might be. Just because when you hear the call out of who am I playing against, it just officially becomes unpredictable what's about to happen.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
most players in the league, even when they get scrapped one shot, just go, I'm going to sit on one of the best headies in the game near bomb, not take any risk. Who goes, you're weak, you're going to die. So he'll get after it. And Optic, again, the round that they absolutely needed to win, they got it. Keeping things close. And of course for Kenny, still on that donut cam.
Let's see how we go this round. Kenny's going to be the man over by A.
Man, no, you don't
Might have taken a hit there.
like that,
Hard
man.
to tell.
Call him out.
This is the classic look we've seen in red card quite a few times. You throw all your gear towards A and you double back over towards B. But the bad news is Shotzi's here. The great news is you've killed him.
And
does that mean you go back over towards A?
I mean, they've done it a few times. LA Thieves just waiting for like a flank to roll through. So they're playing off Shotzzy. And getting an advantage in a round like this should be good to go. Kenny, he'll be the front man up hedges, getting some intel. Shots being exchanged, and he's challenged, and he is dying. Former teammate taking his head.
Fucking Kenny.
Ghosty pushed on up, makes it a 1v4 for Hook. And again, similar situation where the bomb's down. Like, where's he gonna be? I don't know. I'm gonna we're gonna put every possible gun up we can. Look at those arrows. There is an element of fear. They saw glass. They heard glass. Now they know. Do you surround him? Do you wait it out? What do you do? Good shots out of Scrap. Thieves starting to walk away with a red card.
Yeah, easy reads as well. Again, just playing off Shotzzy. Even for Shotzzy and Hook switch up spots inside a ticket, they play the same corner, and Thieves are able to read that for the first blood as well. So it's just a clinical effort. And Scrap, again, bounce back performance. Nothing wrong with his controller. 10 kills already in this S&D. And we're not that deep into it, potentially only at that halfway point. So he is having himself an absolute map. And of course, for whoever's making the IGL play calls for Thieves have been on point as well. I see Envoy chatting up a little bit for this round on the defensive end. You got Ghosty, lone man over towards the B zone. You got number 3 on the map, Envoy, working through mid, maybe waiting for a ticket push to roll through, and the other 2 players posted over towards this A site. So a standard defensive setup right now. They're setting traps, waiting for Optic to fall into.
So, Optic is slowly but surely taking back these sections of the map in their approach towards the A-bomb site. Moving as 1. Scrap sitting at 10-3 again, folks. He's working on trying to double up his hardpoint performance. Historic series already. Kenny 0-6 might walk into this one. Here we go. He gets it. Kenny finds 2. Hydra now makes it a 2v1.
This will be for the ace for Ken if he can clutch it. And again, around where Optic, almost a necessity for them to win it. And Kenny can't step up to the plate. Gun down immediately. Hydra, nice little cruddy corner down underneath that ladder, and they take care of business. And we talk about the trophies, by the way, how important they can be. Scrap can't get away with that spot if he doesn't have a trophy covering him, or else that nade lands on top of him and gives away that intel. So Scrap just knowing, hey, I'm allowed to be a bit more aggressive. He gets great intel on Shotzzy, and then just in prime position for the 2-piece. And don't get me wrong, has to hit elite shots to make it happen and connect on Dashy, but Scrap takes care of business. And he is quite literally twice the player in S&T right now than he was on map 1, but that is exactly what you expect out of him.
Desperate to get that kind of performance. But Optic and Texas have been slowed down here on red card. Starting to feel themselves. Map point for the Thieves to tie it all up. They're going towards B. Hydra goes right into Shotzzy. And what a 2-piece! That's the submachine gun players of the Thieves down and out.
Oh! On that switch up. Different spot, different readjustments, and maybe keeping that door closed just to be extra nerdy. And Ghosty, yeah, final stand. He'll be there to fall. Shotzzy just winning you the round single-handedly. And that has been a theme of this game. Maybe 3 or 4 different rounds that we have had just get decided about what happens with Shotzzy's play on the map. If Thieves contain it, they get the dub. If Shotzzy pops off, well, then the play is made. But still a pretty sizable lead here from LA Thieves. Still just 1 round away from tying this series up.
We check the resolve now, the Optic boys. Kenny spitting the play call there. We're committing towards A by the looks of things. Trophy check. I don't know how many are going to be there. RC right through the middle. Wait a minute. This could be big. It's pump the brakes. Kenny's trying to find it with a wall bang. It's not going to happen just yet. And this is huge intel. And Kenny doesn't fall for it twice. There we go.
And you take so long, by the way, that all the LA Thieves players were able to wrap back over towards A. So 1 RC car is enough to slow the entire push down and kill that play call. Now you got to adjust.
Scrap back it again from the bomb site. Shotzzy on the wrap. Shotzzy on the wrap finds the first blood. Can't stay alive for much longer, though. Brucey on B. A quick dance. Will his AR strike true at close range this time round? Oh man, he guesses wrong on Envoy. Welcome to the House of Horrors.
What the hell is that?
The team's hopes are now on your shoulders. Bomb recovered. Will be able to plant for A, but he has failed thus far to defend this site, especially alone.
It's gonna be a tough one too. He doesn't really plant for one side of the map. He's gonna just take the fight to him. He's gonna have to get a 2-piece here.
No lethals, no tacticals, nothing but Gunny, and Envoy delivers it. Scrap, I don't know how well you are at lip reading, folks, but I got a lot of that. And there we go. After map 1,
damn, what
interesting decline
Some
from
emo?
Optic Texas. The Thieves bounce back.
I thought they got slammed on the hard
We're
point.
all tied up 1-1.
Yeah, I know, right?
That map did just have a little bit of everything,
Scrap
right?
put on
And we
dog
talked
crap,
about
and
sort of
then
this
they
battle
literally
for best player in the game.
down
Dash has been
emoted
getting
them,
some
but they got
gas, but how about that
slammed.
1v1 between him and Scrap, where Scrap starts by throwing a punch to nothing, and a haymaker that connects with air still wins it. And how important that round could have been from Optic, because they needed a little bit extra LA Thieves, they just had the reads so consistently every time. The first bloods were going to be on point and a necessary bounce back after the 100-point club. Hacienda control. Looking forward to getting into it. Swing game mode, Miles. It's going to deliver.
We're swinging. We're really swinging. I mean, look at that oscillation there from 96 to 6-3. Well, we've seen it all, folks. A 1v1 for the absolute ages desk. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that of two players of that caliber.
Hello.
It's good to see y'all.
Hey, guys.
So handsome with that tall hair.
Look at those beards. I want to run my fingers through them.
Impressive.
do that.
Let's talk a little bit about these video games we saw. And before we get into it, can you do me a favor? Just grab that clip, send it to Bruce, send it to Scrap on Twitter. Just everyone in the chat right now, grab the clip, just send it to him, the 1v1.
Yeah,
Let's continue, though, because you got boppity-bopped if you're LA Thieves. Out of the gates, 250 to 96. You don't even break 100 points. Then you bounce back, and Scrappy starts with a 5 spree.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, we were in the green room and we're like, is Scrap really at 5? He ended on 6 kills in the hard point? Like, that was pretty unbelievable. You just don't see that from a player like Scrap. And then we were all sort of chatting, like, well, is he going to bounce back? Superstars bounce back. And he does. He has the same amount of kills through 2 rounds, which was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah,
our first conversation was, I was kind of saying, like, Hook and this Optic team, you talk about hard point, like, are they really going to be able to bring it?
Yeah,
Are
big
they going
boy.
to step it up? Is he going to be exploited, or is he going to really turn up? And, dude, they came out with some passion, which is what I wanted to see out of this Optic team, bro.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get into the drawing conclusions and talk about how good they are at hardpoint right now. But you know,
were
first,
impressed. You were like lighting up, bro. You're all excited, Chris. We're like, ooh, it's excited.
Because there's levels to this. And then, you know, in the search and destroy, I mean, we're going to go back to like the momentum swing. It was definitely that 1v1. I mean, Scrap, like you said, doubling up his kills coming into the search and destroy is just a wild
He said
thought, like,
they
from hardpoint
slapped
to
Scrap
search. And then,
first round.
you know,
Holy
later
cow,
on
we didn't
coming into the
after
series,
this.
Thieves were last in the league in first bloods. You
Oh,
have Hydra and
what?
Aqua, you're last in the league in first bloods. We didn't get the official stats at the end of this map, but I mean, it just had to be better, right? So it's just quick little things that they can focus in on to improve their search and destroy, and this one looked so much better for them, and now the momentum's back in their favor.
Optic a little bit messy on red card. Let's take a look, though, at the 1v1 with comms. Shout out to Joe, you legend. Give it to us.
No, don't my bad. I don't know, we're still. And take it. And take it. Yo, ping Brendan. Oh my god! Come on, Ern. My bad, bro. I just scammed. You're the best. Bro, I meant to sneak, bro. Oh my.
That's all you can do.
They all get to watch the kill cam.
He panic meleeed as he came out and then just...
Yeah, I mean, all you can do is laugh.
Literally a hose got loose, bro.
He
Just
won it.
spraying.
He won it.
We both lost full. It is what it is.
Big shout out to Joe, our replay op. Got that in less than 5 minutes for us. It's time to draw some conclusions, though, because this next game's about to kick off.
Yeah, let's talk about the hardpoint. I believe you asked me a question, who's the best hardpoint team?
Yes, who is the best hardpoint team?
Yeah, I mean, it's Atlanta or Optic for me at this point in time, and we just saw some big reasons why. So let's jump into this Hacienda. This is Lambo P2, where they run away with the game. And let's jump into the mini-map, okay? So this is rotation here. They pick up a couple kills on rotation. You see number 8, number 7, right? But what they do here is just so special. So Hook's gonna rotate over here to watch like the cross of any players trying to push through. Okay, and then you got a teammate here watching the back. So like you're leaving up. There's no timings, right? Hook has the cross. They come through here. If one already slipped by, you have a player picking that up, and then you have somebody picking up this guy's pinch, right? So this is all happening in real time. They're coordinating this, and then afterwards, as they're picking up this scrap, this is Shotzi doing what he does best. He's gonna just pinch through old and re-pinch these guys in case Hook or his teammate that was watching the back lost a gunfight. Look at the mini-map and watch how this plays out. You got Kenny watching the pinch front.
You see how big my worm is, brother?
Making sure that there is no timings being happening here, and then you're gonna wrap back, pick up the kill, instantly reposition yourself to the back of your Hook, playing off this, trying to get information, and now this is another, the last part I want you guys to peek, is this is Shotzi picking up, re-pinching it. Like, this is beautiful. These are plays other teams are not making, picking up everybody's timings, leaving nothing up to question, and then you secure 60 points immediately off this, blow the game wide open. So Optic in a very good spot right now in hardpoint communication-wise, but also execution.
Understanding what they need to do and then getting it done. Optic looking clean, but then they kind of fall apart in the search and destroy. Are you worried about this series if it goes to a game 5 for Optic Texas?
No, I mean they've lost what now? I think it's 4 searches in a row. Prior to this one, though, they were all like round 10s, round 11s, but I still am not that worried about them in search and destroy.
Well, they won like what, 6-7 in a row?
Yeah, they did, exactly.
So like,
but they lost like 6-4 to Carolina, and they lost another one that was like 6-4.
Carolina's a good search team.
Yeah. Hey, Maven, one word. Who wins this next game?
The map 3? I'm going Optic.
Optic.
Can I get the mask, dude?
It's official.
No, Mike Elu took it away.
We're going to leave, though. Casters, take it away.
Bye.
See, guys, Mike took the mask. That's tough, man. That's tough. Any more props for the next series, guys? I'm just throwing it out there, man. It's been a good day. All right, Hacienda Control, the second part of our Hacienda trilogy in this series. I have a very good feeling we're going to go all the way. First time we've seen Thieves play this one, chance to Optic play it against the Falcons. Interesting looks. How are we feeling about this one?
A little bit nervous, I'd say, from Optic, actually. I know Maven had faith, even though he doesn't know what one word means, but I think it's just a situation where we saw him play against the Falcons, and it seemed like good looks, but then Falcons, the next time we saw on the map, didn't look as strong. So for doing like that sort of Call of Duty math, a little bit concerned. But of course, you know, as far as map dominance goes, the Hacienda is certainly on point for map number 1, so I don't think it's a lack of knowledge. I think it's just a map that has been incredibly interesting. Hacienda Control, a ton of different looks we've seen so far, a bunch of different ideas getting thrown at the wall, at least on the offensive end, and it is certainly a map that requires a good deal of coordination on both ends. And
they
slapped exactly what these two teams bring to the table.
And after that, he said, I'm getting on after
this. For the first time as well, and now that Scrap has turned his aim assist back on, we're excited to see him actually shoot his gun on the map.
Yeah, right. The records are fantastic for Optic and Control. Round 5s as well. I mean, relatively close enough, we'll tell you that. It's the attacking wins that we're going to be seeing Optic really run away with. Let's see if that does apply here to Hacienda, because a different looking map so far. Again, still trying to work out if defense or offense are the ideal situations to find yourself in here on this map. And we are going through the middle. Hook and Shotzi straight in towards A.
Great coverage, yeah. No. Dashi, I mean, look, if you're looking for a player that is used to these hallway challenges, he's done it more than anyone else in the game. Continues to run it, or maybe Scrap will run him. The trades do roll through, but Hook right now by himself on the zone. Getting as far as reinforcements go is going to be a little bit late to join his friend, and late enough that you just need to play for these kills. There's a freebie. There's number 2, but he gets traded out. Can't quite get it done.
So an endless onslaught here from the Optic boys. That was the last real chance for the trades. Boot causing problems in the middle of the map. You'll take that for now. And Dashi on the slow capture alone at B. Looks like he might be able to get the first segment. Yeah, no contest just yet. Hydra's there. Gun down. Trevor Tin, big shot into the second, man. First segment done. We'll work on the next.
Oh, this should be a freebie. Yeah, I was about to say, Ghost is going to fall. That is all 4 down in the feed. And now I want to know how Optic plays it. Hook's going to be playing for kills by office. Dashi trying to trap the right side of the map, and it was 2 players on the B zone. That's fallen to 1, but maybe Dashi with the comms could just say, you have a one-on-one gunfight by the time, and that's to secure the zone. Scrap wins it. Oh. And now Hook falls as well. Could have been a perfect sequence there from Optic, but Scrap wins the key gunfight. Kenny, a little bit behind.
Oh, nice shots there from Scrap. Tight corner shots. He doesn't see him on the first go around. He was getting beat up a little bit in the life count. Moments like that certainly help out. Hook making his way through upstairs. The turn. Head is certainly on a swivel. Can Shotzi find 2? Over by the top side of office. Scrap trying to push that pressure. It's not going to happen. Dashi at close range this time around. The boys have got these 1v1 fights set. But look at the life difference. 16 to 9. The Thieves are getting bullied.
Yeah, if you're Optic, you just, I mean, you got to get like a solo capture going on. Thieves are going to just play with absolute pace to keep them off both the zones. Thieves are just going to try to win this off the clock. Hook's on the map. Got to make your way over towards B. But for the moment, the lone man, you've stopped it with 10 seconds left. Thieves, this is desperation to get him off this zone.
Yeah, bad news though. You get off from the zone, you are safe. Optic has got to play this immaculately. Contest is there. Big kills all down to
got him.
And that's a clean sweep. Anyway, to get towards A in time. I don't think so. It's got to be Shotzi. Move faster than you've ever moved before, my boy. Into the jaws of Ghosty. Guns him down. Life count matters not when the objective gets you the win.
Yeah, what a big round. And even Envoy, we saw him in that dark window, and I'm thinking, dude, you got to jump out, make the play, but he is smarter than I am. A lot of players there to get those trades. He lets his teammates get active first. They got active at the right time. This play might have been towards the end as well. Maybe a little bit earlier, actually. This was the middle game, but the fact that Thieves were down 5-6 lives, down to 11, I think, with 20 seconds left on the game clock, they execute and take care of business. That is a hell of a round win.
Spicy one indeed. They were down pretty bad. Defensively, again, they did a really good job of keeping those segments low. The Optic only managed to secure, what, 1 on B? Could have been 2. It's too busy looking at the minimap. Spicy routes being taken by all of our players. Not a lot of love towards the bottom side of the map this time around. Looks like we're going to hit the corridors once again. Optic with the guns up at the ready, Scrap with a nice angle and tons of damage either side, but Shotzi and Hook, they find 3 combined, and now the shenanigans begin.
Yep, Lambo's already blocked. Hook's already here to pick up the right side. The SMG duo, they have that natural chemistry. They knew what the situation was, but as Hook falls, the right side of the map is open. And a little bit late here on the pickup is Dashy, so Envoy's gonna make it through and just gonna be turning heads. This will buy all of his teammates space and more players getting through the right side of the map. Thieves, they have dominated fences.
That perfect nade just pushed them out the window as well, allows the boys to get through fences. Oh dear, Ghosty Hydra, nice set of kills. Beautiful teamwork here from the Thieves, a lovely influence with their lethals. Kenny now trying to go toe-to-toe with Envoy on the point. Shotzi does get in there. Over to Ghosty, steps up to it. We're going to play this one slow. We're going round the outside. Round the outside. Shotzi gets that as well. Hook finding big kills. Middle of the map, safe and sound. As you've got nice coverage here from the Thieves. Not enough there as Kenny stops the ACAT.
Yeah, good bailout moment. Bench gun fights can be tricky. Envoy makes it look easy. Whew. Does get traded though, and that was the only player on LA Thieves with any degree of space on the map, so you gotta wait for some kills to fall into your lap, and that is not the start. You're there for the trades, but still back to square one, and only 30 seconds left on the game clock. LA Thieves gonna start to feel that pressure, cooking up just a little bit more, and while Hydra is through, his teammates just not here. They're waiting for their moment.
And he's looked the wrong way. Dashy's gonna spot him out. Wow, Bruce checking that. Hook trying to check everything he possibly can, but Scrap lying in wait, safe and sound only for a moment. Final 20 seconds, and it looks like Optic Texas will get themselves on the board. Bit of an attack towards A. Hook's got the angles. So difficult to capture A without a lot of presence, but okay, couple of kills going your way. 14 and 7 for the mighty Hook. Once again, respawn dominance. Still winning fights.
At 50-7, he is hanging out. An extra tick does get captured over towards A, but this is effectively a dominant round of defense coming in from Optic. They dropped the ball just a little bit after they got that first clean forward down. Didn't quite pick up the defensive side of the map quick enough after Hook falls, but outside of an incredibly small detail, everything else effectively flawless. Strong opening breaks. Hook and Shotzi absolutely running the show, especially for Hook. 16 and 7. He has found his place with the green wall.
Yeah, man, this is some lethal gameplay in the respawn. Optic looking a little bit more clean on their defensive round win than the Thieves did the first go around, and now we swap sides once again. Thieves chance to defend once more. Optic again, there were a lot more kills being found. If they can capitalize on that a little bit more, maybe get a bit more of a game stop, a clock stoppage, rather push the game a little bit further, they might be able to run it down on kills, because capturing the A zone, man, not an easy thing to do whatsoever. Are we going to see that A zone attack? Oh, we're thinking about it.
You check the corner. You absolutely do. Hydra, well, just better reaction time. Traded out though. Dashy loves the hallways, but it is trades everywhere on the map. Kenny looking to take a route through Rock Hall. Maybe set himself up for some spawn kills, but he's going to get hunted down. Hydra, he is on top of things so far in this round. But the B site has been left open. Hook maybe an opportunity to play over on this section of the map and start that slow capture. And he's got Dashy covering him from up top. Dashy, everything in his sights. Ghosty though, Jacqueline Hand drops him, but the B progress continues. One tick already through.
I think Dashy missed a single bullet in that engagement against Ghosty, and that cost him. Speaking of engagements, Shotzi, smooth slide. What a wow! What a win! He was so hurt. God, that's unbelievable. Nearly took another fight in the meantime. Scrap plays it slow, plays it dead. Shotzi hit and run continues. Pistol, nah, mate. Over to B, and that's gone.
Yeah, love that play from Shotzi as well. As soon as they got the 4 down, he just knows if they try to flood in through Tim, my teammates will have that easy with the ARs. You just need to cover office, but while one good play is made to capture the B zone, a clean 4-man wipe for LA Thieves, their opportunity to get this set up, and everybody's in position.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want. And Thieves, you don't want to let any more segments go, because again, if you're playing for the defense, round 5 is going to Optic so far. Hydra dancing in and out. What a turn. That's how you use Omni movement, folks. Dashy with 2, getting his boys out. Shots, he finds his 3 dead now for the LA Thieves. Big rock spawn. So they're going to be looking towards mid-map. The battle of the corridors, the battle of A now begins.
Yeah, the kills column is just massively slanted over towards Optic. Finally, Scrap breaks the mold, but you got Shotzi toying with the A zone, gonna drag some attention, but Scrap all eyes up on the spawners. Who can't get out of spawn, and now Shotzi and Dashy are gonna be welcomed back to spawn as well. Redemption there for Thieves, right back in control.
Yeah, Thieves right back in the corners, right back into that front line, and big shots set a damn Daniel looking for the 2. No, who wins it? And that's 2 dead right through the middle of the map. So an opportunity now for Optic to fight their way forward. Envoy's position out here has been nullified for a second. Shotsy, oh dear, you made the perfect read, my friend, but so did Envoy. Big wins, 30 seconds to go here. And the front line once again being pushed forward.
And I tell you, on the feed, Scrap has just had Kenny's number as well. Kenny can't get anything going on these flanks, and
he thought
make your life that much more difficult. Hook, though, not having any issues. There's a 3 spree off spawn, but someone's got to hop the zone, and you see Hydra picking up 2. You're going to have no time to work with. It is going to be a desperation effort to survive on this A zone.
You get a couple of kills, that certainly helps. A dead nade and a nice bit of juking would have been great. Kenny's not going to be able to get down there in time. So many Thieves all over the point. Another defensive round win. But this time, at the very least, Optic managed to secure B. So they're winning the segments battle. Thieves have got to have a fantastic round to make a case for that round 5. Or outright win it. You never know.
Yeah, and these rounds for Hacienda on the attacks, they just play out in swings. When you just like lose any man on the map and then have to progress like a man down, it's just so much easier for the defensive team to get the trades. You have to be on point with setting up with the attacks, and if you're the guy looking for the spawn kills, you better be sure you get them, or you're just letting your team down. Very difficult to orchestrate, because everybody in this lobby right now seems to have a hot hand. But Thieves 2-1 up, you could absolutely get things done on offense as well. They have not needed to outslay their opponent to take this lead.
Another series of good looks. Dashy's bloods in these rounds have been so good. Hydra riddles the entirety of Hacienda with bullets. And there are skulls all over the place. Fast in, now down low. Holy moly, Kenny could not believe his eyes when 3 players bang through that door. We are now on A, and this could be the capture we're looking for. No, Hook from behind, and he gets 1.
The idea of capturing the A zone, bit of a nightmare. You have to control so many things to be able to get that progress, and often that progress is slow.
My gosh.
Made an attempt to go towards that B zone, and that is a wall of defense there from the green wall. And Hook continues his path of destruction.
God damn.
Him and Shotzi, the SMGs from Optic, have been on point, delivering once again.
Hook's about to run into him again. He's got such great awareness. These lanes are all his. And Dashy may look like he's next to these players. No, he's above them. They've now gone down low. They're looking towards the A zone as well. 23 seconds. Stop the clock. Eyes on 1. Big Bruce there with a perfect team shot with Kenny. 20 seconds to go. We're forced to the final round. Ghosty with a big 2, though. Gives you a bit of space to work with. Can Dashy get Hydra off the point? Not yet. No, he can't. 1 segment A, 1 segment of B.
Little dance with the devil. And you see Scrap there, just a distraction. He got that progress at A as well, so that's a tick over towards A. Meanwhile, B, easy. Everything done. LA Thieves snap into position, and an unfortunate team kill as well. Shotzi, the only man up on the map, but does his job, finds you the big 2, and keeps you off that A zone. But that extra tick of progress might pay dividends here for LA Thieves, setting up for the spawn kills, and they're gonna get them.
That's really big. That's big. Out of Scrap. That's starting to help so much. He eyes on Shotzi as well. Now he's got to stay safe. Wait for the boys to pick up that top corridor side. No, not going to happen. Keeping the capture going. Ghosty there with a stack. They take care of Shotzi. It's a 2-man effort here. You've got to get going. Optic, they're in trouble. Ghosty, Ghosty, Ghosty. Oh, Shotzi's in. Can he get another?
Oh my goodness!
3-piece. Hydra
But he didn't do it, bro.
Hydra for the win.
Shotzi gives you everything, and you still cannot convert. LA Thieves built different. Woken up since the map #1, and these guys have been
Kenny's
on
playing
point,
terrible.
and Scrap as well. The man that has been making plays. The extra progress being done on the A zone. It's your main AR that does it. And Optic just with
Kenny
not
might need to
enough
get
gas
dropped,
in the tank, and I think Kenny struggled on that map as well.
It's so tough, man. So tough. Thieves, they get there in the end. The attacking rounds. Nothing insane. I mean, in the kills department, they were getting beaten up. The first round was real ugly for them. They win on the defensive, they win on the time, and then the final round there on the capture. Again, they were down in the kills department. Hook and Shotzi were going wild.
They
Both
can
of them north
pick
of
up
3K
if they want to
damage.
choose.
Doesn't make a
That's what I'm
difference.
saying,
Just
they
over
should.
10 minutes of that Hacienda and a 3-1 victory.
But what are they?
That's what we're talking about, man. I mean, it's hard. The defensive rounds look good, but if you can find the window on offense, if you can get your boys into those tight corners, have somebody watching the top windows, anything is possible. Thieves showed it there. They take the lead in the series.
And those were some wild stats we just saw for Optic scoreboard as well. You had Shotzi with 0 assists, which he got 30 kills. That just means he was winning his ones, but still a little bit weird that never any trades rolling through.
Oh, there's
Kenny
no
that only
way.
had
Oh
13,
my
so not
God,
great
they
production
trolled.
on either side of the board. And even Dashy only had 4 kills on the defensive end. So Ook and
Oh, fuck,
Shotzi
did he
gave
fumble
their
the ball?
absolute best effort, but I think the AR is just a small step behind. Even for some of the 1v1s that we saw, like round #1, if Scrap doesn't win his one gunfight against Kenny for the B zone,
That's fucking
Optic
insane,
probably
brother.
win that round of offense, but Scrap just a little bit better so far on the control. A lot of little difference makers going a long way, but that is advantage now in the series from LA Thieves. Got to be feeling confident. I mean, Scrap might have gotten slammed map 1, but he was laughing after it. He knew, I think, what was about to happen.
Oh yeah, it was a magical once in a lifetime slammage. 700 damage in a hard point. I mean, that's a record, surely. Like at the pro level.
What's
But what a
the-
bounce back! And
is
you
it
asked for
Skyline?
it, Thieves. You got it. Highlights towards the end of the map here, and this really was something special. The 3 pieces upon 3 pieces. Ghosty goes absolutely tremendous. The stun check there from Scrap seals it, takes care of Dashi, and this was the moment, Chance. Man, what a finish.
I just can't believe Shotzi gave you 3 in this moment. The final shots he had on the player on well were pretty ridiculous, but obviously he was just running into death and destruction because his teammates gave him nothing. Shotzi might have just cleaned up a few one-shot kills, but Hydra there for the easy trades and good for the round. And again, even just that extra tick of progress Scrap gave you earlier on was a factor in the end. So different ideas getting tossed into the wind on Hacienda offenses. And a lot of things you have to deal with, but that's just the 2-1 lead in the series. We go to a Skyline, and we know how this map plays. We know how it's going to be. We're looking for 40 bombs.
Hey, you wanted the bang outs, you got them, and this is it. We're so close to closing out our trifecta, the little Hacienda trilogy, but we've got to see some magic out of Optic here because the last 2 maps have been real tough for them. That Hacienda closeout,
Dude, I actually
3
like
piece after
Hossie
3
for
piece
every
didn't make a
game
difference.
mode.
It was teamwork, and it was
Not gonna lie.
perfect time from Hydra that gets the dub there. But hey,
What
we're
you,
going to
Frida?
see it go down on Skyline right now, folks. This is it. 40 bombs chance. Who's dropping it? Who we feeling? A little bit of dejected looks here, man.
Shotzi and Hook have been absolutely menaces on the map, so they're going to be strong contenders. The SMG duo have been thriving. I mean, on maps 1 and map #3, they were gods amongst men, but on the flip side for LA Thieves, honestly, I don't know if anyone's necessarily going to hit the 40 bomb. They've been pretty consistent across the board, like as a team. Like no one's stats are out of control. They're making moves as a unit. Ghosty living up to his name as well. They're doing everything right.
Ooh. He's there, guys. He's just so spooky. One of the more, I suppose, this Spectre gunship. I want to come up with some more fun names. You know, we've given him the human UAV. We've given him all sorts of names, but it really is a fantastic teammate to have. When you listen to those comms, you listen to the direction he gives, not just the teammates, you know, but where the enemies are, like what his boys should be doing, what he's doing. A real sort of role model when it comes to a teammate. I think Scrap and Hydra are just reliving the 1v1 there from Red Card. May even put it best when it was a hose. Those boys hosed each other down. No shower in sight. It was hideous, but they're laughing it off now, especially after the last 2 maps. This series, though, is far from over. Skyline could go either way. Hydra, you're expecting big games from him. Birthday Boy Envoy, it could happen. It really could happen. We want that Hacienda Game 5. We want that Search and Destroy. The fans deserve it. This has been an absolute treat so far.
And these guys might be saying evil thing in comms as well. Here's another look at the 1v1, which might very well be the momentum shift. But if you have Hydra and Scrap laughing about how windy those shots were, keep in mind, they also know that he won the gunfight, so they're just asking themselves, what did Dashy's POV just look like that somehow Scrap didn't die? If you got Dashy missing, well, you're feeling pretty confident about your odds going against the green wall. Make no mistake, Optic trying to lock themselves back into position, but I know for me, probably the man that I'm paying the most attention to is going to be Kenny on the map. Lost a couple key ones there on the control and going to need to step up for the squad. When he is on point, well, they win world championships. Where he falters a little bit, they can struggle. I know it's online Call of Duty. I know it's only for 10 CDL points, but it is confidence going against a top team. When you're waking up and you know you're playing LA Thieves, or you're waking up on the day knowing you're playing against Optic, you are prepared to bring your A game. We are getting the best from these 2 squads, and that'll just expose any holes you have in the gameplay. A lot to learn in this series.
A very short tech delay here, folks. We're just resolving something for Ghosty. And in the meantime, folks, we're talking about the march towards Madrid. Confidence coming into this tournament. We will be going there very soon, folks. Toronto Ultra putting on a show in Spain. Get there if you can. An unbelievably gorgeous city. Museums all around, palaces, you name it. Incredible parks. Madrid's got it all. Good food and good times ahead of us. Come on down, folks. You can also still grab tickets. We are running out, though. Can't lie. Reserve Bowl and the General Admission Bowl. It's the single days and the 4 days. They are still available, but most of the goodies are gone. If you are in the area, if you are in anywhere in Europe, actually, flights are pretty cheap. Folks from the UK, a little bit of Ryanair, a little bit of EasyJet. Little trip to Spain, see some Call of Duty. We're going to be there, and it's going to be fantastic, folks. We're going to be seeing friends, foes, family, felons, all of it alike. Well, Scrap, he's going to be there, isn't he, Chance, after that map 1? I'm glad, mate, because, wow, historic damage dealt, low kills, straight into doubling his damage and his kills in the S&D. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he is the lowest damage all time in a respawn mode, but on this year, he's the bottom by
undoubtedly.
So I don't know what performance anyone else has ever brought to the table in the CDL that's been that poor, but Scrap is in many different conversations, I would say. So much so, I mean, he's become a villain this year. He's like anti-sniper, anti-everything at different times, it seems, but he can go back and forth a little bit, but he's just out there having fun. The kid loves to shoot his gun, and as much as people hate him, well, he immediately answers back, talking trash in-game. That S&D was an instant response, and obviously he has continued his joyous run through this series. One map away, and he can talk trash however he wants.
You know who I feel bad for right now? And I know he's listening. I feel bad for Nade. Nade had to watch that map 1 and then had to live through the map 2 and sort of the ride of that roller coaster. I mean, put a heart rate monitor on that man for when he watches his own team play. Wow. A passionate player, a passionate owner, and a passionate lover, I'd assume, as well. LA Thieves, Optic Texas, map number 4. Here we go. Skyline, boys and girls. We're ready to rock and roll. This one's going to be a bang out. There is no doubt about it, folks. Let's get it.
Yeah, Nate Shot might need to worry about his ulti timings just a little bit, but outside of that, his boys have bounced back. So,
confirmed.
Only player under 1,000 damage in CDL history. Congratulations, Scrap. Record book, baby.
And the crowd goes mild. You don't want that next to your name, man. You don't. Hey, he's had a great career so far. A young player with a bright future. But wow, what an accolade, man. That is so sick. GG's. I'm sure someone will do it. Somebody can find a way. I think, again, if they win the series as well, even better. Just even more impressive. Game time. Here we go.
Keep in mind, Reggie Jackson has the most strikeouts of all time in the MLB, and that's a Hall of Famer. So you got to swing big if you want to make plays. But swing on the break, Scrap there to give you 2. Ghosty strikes in the feed as well, and LA Thieves already on time. Momentum continuing to flow their way. And if you don't play this spot in P1 when you play in rank, I don't know what you're doing. Scrap in perfect position, difficult to read out, and granted Optic was assuredly going to handle him, but not before you get a little bit of that P1 time.
Yep, plenty of it. Ghosty holding on to the P2 for now, 25 seconds ago, and that's going to be a real hot spot. Hydra, toe-to-toe with Hook. Look at this, man. Hook is left stick locked forward. I'm coming for you. Dashy was shooting the floor for a second there. What is going on, folks? Shotzi up over the top, trying to catch these players out. Moving like that. Impossible to catch.
Well, right now, Optic just need to catch the right side of the map. Only thing that was left open, Badashi wrapping back towards the helipad to get in position, and everybody getting cut down along the way. Envoy is in a dicey spot trying to make the impact, but it right now is Envoy versus the world, but he finds his impact, opening things up for Thieves. Now his teammates are nearby, and Envoy goes and makes the play, cleans up 4, and what happens when his teammates get there? They die one by one, so a hell of a try from Envoy. But Optic as a team deliver.
What more do you want? What more can I get you?
Record, by
Literally
the way.
nothing. Envoy shooting hot, pushing shots back.
He's the only CDL player in history to have 1,000 damage, less than 1,000 damage in a hard point.
Nice shots in a Ghosty, but that's going to be another break. 20
yeah, he only had 778 damage in a hard
Thieves. Hold on to that, look towards kitchen. Optic going to start applying a little bit of pressure. Try not to let them get out.
Yeah.
He's not done yet. There you go. Now he's done.
Shachi's just playing with like a different level of like ferocity again. That like 0 assist stat line is not because of like bad teamwork. That's just because he wasn't losing gunfights. So Shachi is an absolute menace. He's continued that on the skyline. Beautiful nade there on a Hydra. I'm assuming that was a nade from Optic that lands at the feet as he's cooking a frag. So the kill feed looks painful, and Optic happy to capitalize. Trophies out there from Dashy, the super soaker in the hill, but the bench that's rolling through doesn't get red, so Ghosty gives you at least 1, and now Dashy, he's feeling the pressure all around the hill, and Ghosty takes it to him from the front. A clean break from Thieves, exactly when they need it. They're a little bit down on the scoreboard.
A little bit down. 3 down from Mo. Not that matters too much on this map. Hydra's starting to heat up. He's getting rolling. He's a 6 and 9 right now, but that's a 2 spree. Shotzi, big damage. Hook on the pickup. There we go, folks. We're in the new... And it's LA Thieves. They're there first.
Oh, they're not going to have those spawns as well. Scrap instantly dies. No time to back up to the patio. His team, there to pick him up. So Ghosty maybe wraps back to be the backline player. But in the meantime, no one going to collect. Envoy off spawn. Mosey's on over towards the hill. And now Scrap was slowing players down towards the middle of the map. He might lose the gunfight, but things should have been stable for LA Thieves. Hoop, though, going to just pierce that opening setup and just buy you route. Shotzi has found his way through. And there's his big 2.
Oh, big 3. More like 13 and 8. Guns at the ready now. Here come the Thieves through the front side of the map, and Hook is all over the place. Look at this. Oh, guess what? I'm behind you. That's right. Another big one. Perfect reads on the rest of these players. Those Hydra's managed to make his way through. Surely he'll do with the players on the inside of the point. Yeah, Shotzi, 4 in a row from the inside of the hard point, over halfway towards the Hellstorm.
Yeah, I love the agent of chaos that Hook is as well. I was looking at the mini-map. He got the kill, piano steps, but as you pointed out, he's just holding down W. Left trigger forward kind of deal, or left stick rather, and the LA Thieves players kept turning around, chasing a ghost, and well, they get pieced up because of it. So difficult to track these players and difficult to get these guys out of the P1 time. But as Kenny falls, so does everyone else on Optic. Back into P1 is LA Thieves, but for how long? A square-up battle towards the middle of the map.
Thieves have just steamrolled from the P2 side. They're going to be having their sweet chunk of time here to work with. Next wave of Optic players trying to fight their way through. And they are being funneled into Ghosty and Scrap, but their aims have not missed yet. They are gunning. Kenny now fighting forward. Nice shots in from Envoy. Scrap picks it up in the end. And again, a fantastic P1 hold. Can't get it done against Shotzi, but the man fills the gap immediately. This is unbelievable work out of the Thieves here on P1.
And so tough to get this time, and your Ghosty, excuse me, doesn't want to give it to him. Doesn't want to give him the rotation either. That is Dashy and Hook out of the feed, and every Optic player that try to work themselves towards the left side of the map does not survive Shotzzy gets caught as well. Beautiful shots coming in from Hydra. 30-point gap between these two teams at the moment. And still, it's going to get mixy. So difficult to lock down these spawns. Optic are piercing every single round as Hoop just went on a 3 to open things up.
He opens it up, and now spawns should be good for the Optic boys. Kenny in position to block it. Yeah, gets Dashy in. So now you got reinforcements up close and personal for Optic Texas. A massive turning point here. 40 seconds on P2. Shotzi's got the left side of the map covered. He's dancing. Into the time, out of the time. Hydra, still a very dangerous foe in any situation. Brought down over to Kenny. Front door. Damage in the scrap. Shotzi can't get 2 on with a bait and switch. Dashy's up next. Big Brucey. Oh my word. It is endless. And the Thieves break the world.
And I think Scrap and Kenny might have some of the most impactful 1v1s on the map right now. Kenny has been super solid so far on Skyline. That's why they got the lead, but Scrap just wins that one and opens up that P2 door just for Thieves to keep things close. But here's the flank for Hook, and here's the impossible guessing game. Well, they handle it there in that moment. But look who's around corner number 2 is Shotzzy waiting in the wings. Red like a book. Envoy. He knows everything.
4 down, all good. Thieves know it all. Let's listen to it for ourselves with a quick listen in.
I'll get shot. He has me. I got her. I got her. We're gonna go mid. He's gonna do the deep pinch, bro. Now going hold her deep pinch. I'm holding on her. I got her. Do that side. Do that side. Do that. I got her. Outer. Yeah. Mid. Outer weak. Playing through mid. Yeah, I'll go mid. I'm only. What dead? I found one. Outer. On the bar again. Yeah, on the bar, does she have HP? That's outer. That's outer. Shot. We're hitting her out. We don't see it. Hitting her out. Go mid. In bed. One shot in bed. Nice jump. Jungle. Whoa, wait, no. Getting. Dashy's gonna be there too. Nice. I'm absolutely here. Dashy, debuff. Shot to debuff and Dashy. One shot. I got one more. Nice. No, shot to there. He's there. I'm not last. I've got her. Go. That's it. I'll get another one in her. Yo, get some on fold. Get some. Have to go underground. Yo, and then one jacuzzi. Jacuzzi and then probably hitting front bed. Going deep. Yo, and one top mid. Top mid now. I'm looking stone. You're gonna hit bad boys. Rolling deep. All time dead. Front bed and left. Left dead. Let's get time. I'm out left. I hear you. Go top. I'm hard bossing. Jacuzzi first one. Top mid. I got a lift. I can open from top mid. I'm going. Hitting top mid and one jacuzzi. Yeah, I have patio. One shot top mid. I'm holding patio. They cannot be patio. And then wood. Wood is looking for one. I'm hitting one. Alright, hitting front bed now. That's last one. Alright, I'm holding AC. One shot. Nothing top. Go. Block for me. They're spawning deep left. Top platforms. I'm here. No, go. Go. Sun piano. Look my outer cross river right here. I hear. Just stay like this, Dan. Yeah, we're good. It could be top. You have top mid? Yeah, they're hitting left. They're gonna be wood. He's front to bed. Behind me. What the fuck is he doing? In low bed too. Low bed. Front bed right now. On weak. Alright. Bang them. I need a hill. In our bed. Playing kills. In our bed.
And that is quite a comeback chance. Spicy comms from the LA Thieves.
I mean, they're just completely on point. They're reading everything. And sometimes when they read the plays coming through, doesn't mean you always win the gunfights, but pretty on point for the moment. Sizable little lead in the comeback. Absolutely well and truly in is Hydra gliding to find these kills. How can you call this man out?
Unbelievable. You cannot call him out. Crossing over 200 points now. Thieves, despite the heroics and the good work of the Optic boys, this is incredible. Hard point from them. 3 dead. 5 left side of the minimap. That's where you want to be going. That's where the Thieves are. The third and final set of this hard point. We are not going any further than here, folks. Big contest. Clean up. 13 points going to be going to your neighbor. Shotzzy dives in for it. Trying to stop the flow of points as best he can. His teammates have got new. How good can the hold be?
Well, it needs to be at least solid. You can't let any funny business happen. And right now from LA Thieves, all 4 players basically on the same section of the map. Once again, it's Envoy, though, that finds the route. Optic left it open, and LA Thieves member is behind you. Shotzzy heads up to pick it up, though. But a pressure moment from Optic. They got to be worried about these spawns. Envoy is doing everything he can to get his teammates in the mix.
He's cut the entire team in half. He's still alive. Finally dealt with. Now you have to identify the next wave of Thieves players. Kenny gets 1 before being brought down. Dashy through mid. It's Shotzzy, though. That's a great hold, and that could be a lead change.
Envoy tried to give you everything, but they were just simply not enough. They handled the chaos, but now you gotta handle the front pressure. Envoy on P2, name a better duo. Well, maybe it's the old time one of Kenny, collecting the time, winning the gunfight. In Optic, that was a masterful P2. Envoy couldn't get it done. We've slowed things down. Optic have the lead. Hydra here on rotation.
Dude, what
first.
the fuck? It's a fucking banger.
Will Hydra be red behind bar? Even if you read him, you've still got to gun him. Good luck. Have fun. Kenny with a little bit of damage in. Now the pinch is on.
They don't read shotsies.
That's
Hook, actually. They don't read hook.
Last player in mid. Hydra finds one.
Oh my goodness.
Two.
They can win on
Guns
this.
at the ready. Counterattack immediate from the Thieves.
Now you can just play the chaos game with your Optic, play with pace, just get these trades and keep soaring on through. This might be it to force the game. Number 5. Optic have been running away with this skyline.
We've seen this up many times before. A massive flank from Hydra. Will it be dealt with? He's on the pinch and it's done. Brucey gets it. Final 10 and we're going to a game 5. The Hacienda trilogy.
I don't know why I'm that behind.
To be written in this series, and Optic close out Skyline with a massive bang.
And listen, I don't know if we could grab the comms. I know we did it for the S&D, but that moment of Shotzi top P2.
Hey, whoa, wait, let me see. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what you got on the Xbox, man.
Let me close it. What is going on?
Yeah, let's see what you got in there.
Just the fact that he's made Slayer, dropping 36
What you got
kills
in there,
and
huh?
making dominant plays. Heads up on the IQ front as well. So
I was
whether
like,
it be
Raptor fucking
Shotzi
selling.
or one of his teammates getting that comm through, Optic heads up gameplay and
2
slaying
fumbles
out
and
as
recovered by
well.
heals
They
in
were
the
down
same
on
fucking
that
quarter.
pizza rotation. They turned it into a near full 60. So those are incredible stats. No
Keep it
0
on
assists
something,
this
Dave.
time. It's Skyline. Everybody's getting involved.
Everyone, absolutely everyone. That was a ridiculous Skyline, a guaranteed bang out. The Thieves listening, man. I mean, their comms were so good. We heard great breaks. Really, really good work on the comeback there. But last 2 hard points, look how tight this was. Optic just marching away with it. Look at the difference there. 202 to 170. After that, running all the way to that 250 mark. Thieves flatlining from P1 to P3. A sensational closeout to Skyline.
22-15.
A momentum shift, maybe. Folks, here we go. Back to Hacienda. One last time in this series. Man alive, this is going to be a good one. First search and destroy red card.
There we go.
Historic moments, whether you like it or not. We saw it all.
Alright,
Now
I'm gonna play Southern
one
Rail. I don't
more
know this.
search and destroy to decide this one. Map 5 on the other side of this break. Don't go too far. This is the CDL.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the CDL.
there's more than just the game on the line. It's like, you know, a lot more bragging rights.
I think the very first map is the most important map. If you go down that first map to Optic, chances are you're not going to win the series. I think they have like an over 90% win rate after they win the first map, so it just really comes down to that first map, I think.
When you go up 2-0, it's really hard to come back, and we're really good at sealing the deal and just closing that.
We've been practicing pretty hard and, you know, watching a lot of film and stuff like that, so I'm just fully confident we're going to walk away with the W. We did.
Hardpoint located.
Did I just get killed by a f***ing door?
Did I just get killed by a fucking door?
Oh my fucking goodness! Yo, Scrap, keep up! Scrap, keep up!
Oh my fucking goodness!
You don't think it be like it does, but it do.
But it do, baby. But it do. Nice! Nice! Bro, nice! Go push out. One of you take space. Ready boxes. No, we won. Nice. Bro, so that's why you MVP. You mark. Come on, man. MVP. You yeah, you.
I know I'm better than you. You are ass.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, gang, gang.
Not a lot of enemies.
Damn.
Away. I got some
I know I'm better than you.
Sometimes.
Ok, pueden estar los dos. No ven nada. Está Q game forklift. Le he pegado, sí, no sé, Q que está Q solo. Forklift. Que nada,
Están los dos en forklift. Estoy esperando a Chan.
Solo dos si quieres. Un tiro, que me tocado.
Vamos. Vamos indeed, Game 5, LA Thieves, Optic Texas. You name it, man, it's happened. We've had it. We've broken records, we've set records. We've seen one of the greatest 1v1s you will ever see. Ever, ladies and gentlemen. And now we go to the final map. We go to Game 5. We go to Hacienda, search and destroy between two outstanding rosters who are having a very, very good time this series. All bets are off. Let's do it.
Just an indication of what is to come this year. Two of the top teams getting after it, and you get to find out in a Game 5 who is built different, who can make the big plays in the big moments. And I know it's just online. I know it's just for 10 CDL points. Both these teams will be comfortable as far as the seeding goes into the major. But this is for bragging rights. This is for confidence. This is for a lot of things because we are expecting these squads to battle it out, potentially at multiple majors as well. So who can search and find that extra edge?
Man.
LA Thieves certainly had their number on the red card. It was Scrap that popped off. Might have the hot hand here as well. Thieves on the attack first.
Two take the high road, two take the low. Who will be in Scotland before you? As everyone here from Optic have fanned out quite well. A lot of love towards the A side of the map. You've got Shotzi in the top corridor. Love towards Rock now. We're going back and forth, waiting for anything here, and Thieves are giving you nothing.
And there was a lot of strategy on the red card for Thieves. Try to pick off Shotzi. See if he gets a little bit too aggressive, but as the picks don't roll through, Scrap taking a swim. So he's taking a wet flank across the entire map, and I mean, he's going to get this for free. Don't know if he's going to be able to pick up and find Hook with the angle, but you get this bomb down, he's in prime position for a freebie.
He's taking the furthest route he possibly could. All right. Who's back here listening to this? Honest to God. I do appreciate it, though. Planted. Uh-oh. Damage. Gunny. Who should get picked up here? Scrap on the pinch. Late, but absolutely necessary. 2v2.
Kenny and Shotzi going against Scrap and Envoy. SMG and AR from either side. And Scrap and Kenny often have the most impactful 1v1s. Well, here's the one between Shotzi and Envoy. So SMG's battling it out. Shotzi has the advantage, has the tags, but Scrap's there for the trades. Kenny going against Scrap every time.
Every time, and Scrap is never going to let this happen. Kenny's had to vacate. No way this is happening, folks. Wow, it's close. 0.5 of a second.
Oh,
he's going to see it through.
Let's see.
He probably shouldn't. Kenny, you're on a 3 spree. Oh, wow.
Scrap was nervous. Yeah, Scrap was nervous.
So close. Thieves take the first.
I'm telling you, man, he has just had that small extra edge. That's how thin the margins are between these two teams, but I think Kenny got the call out from one of his teammates that he spotted him through that doorway and just a little bit too late, but shout out Scrap. I mean, he had 12 kills in the first S&D. He gives you 3 in that round, or at least 2 in that. No, he got 3 as well.
3, yeah.
And it's obviously the route that he took off the rip that was able to win it. So catching Optic off guard in a big round to kick things off with. Optic looking for a response.
A wet flank. See if anyone else tries it. 2 down low here. Scrap and Hydra shoulder to shoulder, 1 up, 1 down. Classic look. I stun check. I don't know if it hits Shotzi. He's going forward, so no, they managed to dodge it. Ghosty, though, gets a little bit of intel on the first. Watching there for anybody else as the rest of the thieves now make their way forward. Or not. Maybe Envoy just backs up Ghosty here, and we try for an office bang out. A minute to play.
That's a problem. That hiding spot. Traded, though. Optic, what decision you guys want to make? Maybe they're going to try to hunt down Hydra, who is one shot.
No.
Well, Hook, that is a red dot that he wanted to chase, and he gets dealt with it. And Shotzi didn't check the corner. LA Thieves breaking him down, and Kenny caught, tagged up, and hunted as well. Stuffed in round number 2. LA Thieves with the extra edge.
Thieves with 2 nice corners. They certainly pay off for them there. Hydra's first. That 1v1 against Hook was so important. Again, Hook's a menace in S&D for the Thieves. Perfect reads on the aggression. You don't really know what to expect from either of these players. Pump the brakes, find a corner, hope for a mistake. You got it. Kenny was dead to rights here, though. Absolutely no way he gets away with this one. Had his lethal, had his tactical as well, but does not matter. Between Envoy and Ghosty as well, Chance, we're getting a lot of comms from the LA Thieves in these search and destroy rounds.
Yeah,
and their shot calls have been on point, so whatever they're flowing with, I mean, you got to trust them in these moments, playing with all the confidence. And great calls the whole way around, both the attacking and defensive end. They've been playing off the Shotzi contact as well quite a bit, pumping the brakes, maybe letting a kill fall into their lap in a very different look. 2 players on the outer wings of the map. Waiting out the nades is Envoy. He hears nothing, wants to get active. And he's gone completely unchecked through the A site. Look at that read from LA Thieves. Optic left befuddled, bomb planted, and no control of the map in any way, shape, or form.
Tactical espionage action. As our saboteurs make their successful moves over towards A. Now Kenny trying to find something here. Ghosty, immaculate shots. Second though, no good. Upstairs, the battle with Hydra. Whoa, nearly there on a Dashi. Makes it a 1v2. Dashi's got to go big.
And he just doesn't have a lot of time. He's hunting down the kill down low, but that is a disappearing act that just got pulled by Scrap. And by the time he swing around the map, it is chalked. And Scrap's gonna chow as well. Yeah, no backing down from that one. Okay. Dashi, hell of a gunfight win, but not good enough from the round. LA Thieves on point. 3-0 lead, and every call has been perfect. And Scrap, well, he gets the dope check in the end for the final 1v1.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous fight against Envoy. I think he had the slasher class on from yesterday. He died in about 2 bullets. Sorry, Austin, you caught us straight there, mate. 6-2 for Scrap. Hardpoint, map 1, a thing of the past, but not a thing of the past. History made. Search and destroy. Now he's spitting. Tremendous synergy here and cohesion and trust there from the LA Thieves. That is a team. Everyone's got something to say and everyone listens.
I mean, these guys are coming out with passion in the comms. I mean, only the Falcons seem to be outdoing with the level of intensity they're bringing. So love to see it if you're an LA Thieves fan. And if you're Optic, you're absolutely concerned. Now, good news from Optic in this round. A plant wide open. LA Thieves are very much trusting their retake, and it looks like they're working through the middle of the map.
Yep, here we go. 2 players through you. Kenny might be able to get one, but he can't get them both. Hydra eradicates. Shotzi there picks up the other side. So now a man advantage for the Optic boys and 30 seconds to go.
And finally, a round win on the horizon. Intel on Scrap as well. We got a little standoff duel between him and Dashi. But Scrap, I was going to say, might have the route, but Dashi able to take care of business. Now it's Ghosty. And effectively a 1 versus 3 with no time and no drop. Optic get on the board. Finally, round falls their way. The strat call, for once from LA Thieves, not perfect. The retake not quite there. Dashi in this round delivers.
Oh, yeah. And again, the synergy between he and Hook under no circumstances is that player getting away with their life.
I think they missed the field goal. Or they're trying to go
Now
for a
Optic's
2-point
starting to get a bit
conversion.
animated. We can't see much of Hook's mouth because of the angle at which his camera and he sits. He is spitting. 2/3 of Zio Search and Destroy Legends spit in there in the comms. We'll find out how this round goes now. Optic still trailing by 2.
Well, they've given up the hallways completely. So LA Thieves, maybe an opportunity to capitalize off of it, or if Thieves are just going to pump the brakes and maybe wait for a pick to come through on the flank as well. Hook is taking the wet flank through. So he's in just an interesting spot. If this B plane ever goes down, well, he'd be in a great spot for it. That's not where the bomb is. LA Thieves, they're taking their time to figure out what they want to do, and they might roam this into Optic's trap.
Hook is the siren on the rock. Will his sweet song, my ass, he gets destroyed. Okay, man advantage, LA Thieves.
And Scrap just gets to go, what is this guy doing? Now you got the man advantage bomb down, and what could have been a trap is just a nothing strat. Optic got to regain.
This is the trap was well set in advance. Trades are done though. Shotzzy also taken to task. What a setup there from the LA Thieves. Bit of bad luck. I mean, a little bit of magic.
Well, it's not bad luck, I don't think. Remember, like, Kenny's timing on the flank on, like, I know it's respawn, so it's a little bit different. You just can't be the first man to make contact. Hoog's jumping up, I think, just because, like, he kind of wants to. It feels like the right time. His teammates have to get involved because he's playing off of nothing. The bomb hasn't got it planted. His teammates aren't taking gunfights. Number 6 is sitting on the A bomb. So Hoog just kind of hopes that he can get up and shoot somebody in the back. But, I mean, Scrap's just default watching the flank. He was waiting for somebody to be towards Lambo, so Hook just kind of hands them a little bit of a gimme. LA Thieves a 4-1 lead. This might be insurmountable.
A word we've heard many times in COD history. Whoa, a lethal exchange between both teams. Strictly business from the inside of office. There is Envoy, has been backed up. Scrap with the nice tags. Manages to get rid of Dashi, and now immediately over to the bomb site. Ghosty with a dead nade, but Ghosty being pressured now. A-bomb, oh dear, seems to be the target, and it will remain that. As the gunfights across map still ringing out. Scrap.
Oh, what is Kenny doing?
Oh, no. Now it's all down to Hook.
Yeah, Kenny caught head on a swivel. That was a painful spot to be in because Scrap has just been dominant in S&D. You need someone on Optic in these moments to step up. The cards have fallen. Hook has been the decider. Has to clutch this 1v2 for any hope here for the green wall.
And they think the Hook's probably got the bombs. That's why they didn't set there for Kenny. He's the other carrier. But this time round, long route taken. Scrap's gonna have the gun up first. And what shots, but it doesn't matter, bruv. Thieves. Another masterclass here in Search and Destroy. Another sensational set of rounds. The writing is on the green wall in this series, folks.
Yeah, where is she? Not on Hacienda. Can't find a mistress here. And right now, LA Thieves, I mean, it is just a runaway show. This has been complete dominance in S&D. On red card, the reads to get the first bloods, especially on Shotzzy, pretty on point. And here on Hasi, I mean, it's just they can do no wrong. And back to the strat we saw the round previous. Wait out the nades and then start getting active over towards A. Kenny will be here as the backline player for the A zone, but Scrap does get caught. Finally opt to get a first blood.
With a first blood double, what do you do with it? You've got Envoy on a mega route. And Kenny's the man on the backside, but with the bomb planted, Hydra now moving forward. He's not picking up anyone. He's going to send it. There we go. Kenny manages to land it, but the tags are huge, and the stun is there as well. Hook, managed to recover. All of it down now to Ghosty. 1v2. Do they know where he is? They've got to check the usual spots. The stun helps, and Hook delivers the final blow. And now, onto the defuse. Optic. They buy one when they saw they needed it. But this is the final sale. There is no going back from here, boys.
Touchdown, Rams.
And clean work as well. Get the first blood on Scrap, just able to sort of isolate that gunfight.
I think they missed the field goal, or they failed to do a 2-point conversion.
But a long way to go. Big mountain to climb right now for the green wall. They're all about their business, but less than confident looks on their faces. They know how big this deficit is.
One round at a time. This is the only way to go about that. 3-1 split. Shotzzy the Island Man. Kenny, Dashi, and Hoog are going to throw everything they've got at the B-bomb site. Scrap will be there to meet them. And it's the number of stuns you can hear that gives away the number of players. So now you're hearing a couple more bangs in the background. That tells you there's more members of Optic here. And so that's why Scrap has backed up.
Well, playing for the retakes again is LA Thieves. They did this once to try to retake the A site, and it was unsuccessful. Now they're going to have to retake B. And keep in mind on the minimap, Shotzi sitting at 2 and 6. He's going to be the island player, so he'll be late here for the impact. The RC car early on to do nothing but waste your own time. LA Thieves down to 30 seconds, and Shotzi has the freest flank of all time.
No nades, no stuns, no nothing. Shotzi's got to get going. Here we go. Can he help secure the round? His teammates are finding kills in the front line as well. Envoy staying alive. Wait. Got to slow things down. Kenny's taking a route.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
The bomb
There's
for
no
the
way.
series. Checks it. Gets it.
Oh
1v1.
my god.
And the Thieves,
Dude, what the
Ukraine,
That was
fuck?
good timing, bro. That was good coordination.
Now a chance to breathe the fire out of their lungs. My god, what a check. It all comes down to a gunfight on the site, and Kenny gets there just in time. I called the 1v1 wrong. He was in the doorway just at the right time. One round at a time.
And that's just credit to the utility man for Shotzi. If that
Dude, my fucking heart is beating, bro.
A little bit slower, or if he just uses it at the start of the round, they don't win it. And Envoy would have wrapped himself up a nice birthday present.
Yo, Scott must be on this.
Still though, one more for LA Thieves. Reposition. They've had a ton of success on the attacking rounds. Hydra spotted and hunted though in the middle of the map. Another first blood for Optic.
And now everyone from the Thieves has to back up. We can't be taking these fights. We don't want to be throwing any more bodies. There are 2 players by B, 1 man over by A, and Dashi roaming around upstairs. A watchful eye right now for Optic and a man advantage.
We talk about these game 5s. It's for the big time players and the big time plays.
Oh my
You and
goodness.
Shotzi was just 2 and 6. Well, he's already at 6 and 6. So Scrap, the man on the other side, there's 2 heads. This could be a 1 versus 4 in a game number 5. Or not, you know, we gas it up. It happens. It's tough to trade.
We always gas it up. Sell the dream, word to Big Brightsy. Here we go. Optic. It was
holy shit.
Spinning.
Dude, what the
One
fuck,
round
man?
at a time.
I love it though, Credo. If it wasn't for this stuff, we wouldn't be playing.
Shotzi has had a
important
important comeback. Down 5-1, but he's the guy making the plays to sort of get him back in the mix. Great play call by Optic as well, getting the intel on Hydra. Dashi had the window. Shotzi coming in through you. Stuns landing over towards Well, so you know you can take the space. So a well-orchestrated effort. Optic, though, still looking to tie things up. And if I'm Thieves, try to stop him before this bomb goes down. The retakes have been tough, but the A site left wide open. Will you waste any time to get this bomb down? No, Kenny, straight for the plant.
Crazy.
The back man worried about the flank.
Bro, they
and
did
for
that
LA
last
Thieves,
time.
where are you going to attack from? Come in through mid. Well, here's an RC card that's just going to slow you down.
Slow you down. Maybe a bit of intel. Hydra might be the man to run into it. Okay. We're going back and forth a little. We're pulling some red dots. A lot of time burnt there. Here we go. Shotzi's got to win this. Iron Nerve holds the iron. Trade's done.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Dashi, the
2v2.
oh my word. 2v2. The drums of war, they're starting to get way too loud. 10 seconds of Scrap.
Shotzi wins is 1. Oh my goodness! 5-5!
At a time.
Oh
now it's
my
round 11.
fucking
And shout out
god,
to
bro.
the broken scoreboard. I think that is an 8 spree now from Shotzi. From 2 and 6 to 9 and 6. A quick math will give him 7 in
Dude,
a
what
row.
the fuck,
From
man?
down 5-1 to force the round 11. Who can make the bigger plays in this moment?
Oh.
Does it get any
Let's
better
go,
than
baby!
this?
And this is it, folks.
This is what I came to see. This is what I came to see, Credo. I came to see that crap. Let's go.
Forget how to
Let's
feel.
freaking
Round
go.
11. Don't think about the comeback.
Oh
Don't
my
think about the choke.
fucking
Just think
God.
about this one round. Two-man hit over towards B. Will Shotzi spot them out? Possibly. Dashi, perfect read there on the nade. Here comes Hydra. Over the top.
Oh,
dude.
he naded.
Oh! Gets his own
A dead
trade.
nade.
And the Thieves have to back up.
Calculated. He meant to do that just like Karachi of
Dude,
last year.
what the
Shotzi's
fuck,
dialed in.
bro?
Thieves have had to hit the tactical retreat. They're making their way through the middle of the map. Dashy, he's coming over as well. So wait, we're not retreating. We've just backed up for a moment. It could be a battle in the lobby. We could be throwing hands.
And if you're LA Thieves, there's no shot you read this kind of pressure.
Kenny spots him out. Damage dealt.
Don't line up. Do not line up. Do not line up.
Here come the nades.
They're backing up again. They're
And
backing
here comes the tactical retreat once again, but it's Dashy trying to pick up the pinch. Big Bruce, how many can you get? One. Trades are in. The battle continues, but it all comes down to Kenny.
Oh my God, there's no way.
Kenny in the 1v2.
And they're coming. They're taking the fight to him. They're bringing this bomb over towards his site.
Oh my God.
There's one.
Oh my goodness!
Oh
Let's go!
God. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Are in shambles.
There's no way, dude.
What an unbelievable series.
Dude, what the fuck, bro?
That is everything that you could possibly
There's
ask for.
no
Kenny
fucking
hates
way.
his old teammate he won a world championship with, kills his birthday wishes. Envoy on the receiving end.
Holy Credo!
Oh my, they fucking choked the 5-1 lead.
Singing Kenny's praises.
They just got
World
reverse
War
swept.
II. Man is an S&D legend. He delivers the clutch in the round 11. That is a beautiful sight to behold. In honesty, the hilarity of Shotzi to trade out his own kill.
And my prediction was right,
Credo.
Credo.
On a frag grenade, throwing
Our
it
predictions were
straight
right.
into the air. If Scrap watched
Oh
that
my
kill cam,
God, I
he'd
was
be
not expecting a
dumbfounded.
fucking 5-1
But just
fucking
as
curse.
the fans are, everybody's on Kenny's
Holy,
neck.
I told you
They're never
5-3
gonna
curse
learn
as soon as it happened.
how good he truly is.
No one ever truly learns. Doubt him at your own
Dude,
peril.
what the
What
fuck,
a
bro?
series to close out this magical Maven Sunday.
I know Nate Shots was looking
What
fucking full
we
after
just
that.
watched. Shotzi is a wizard, a true magician. Was it the gift of foresight? What
Oh,
was it?
let
Was
me
the
actually
perfect
go over
name?
there. Let me go
Kenny
to
with
the
a
fucking
2v1.
Nate
It
stream.
just
Hold on.
all happened, folks. I've laid an egg. Desk, take it away.
Optic should have won that.
Yes, they should have.
He was trying to throw the nade over the wall, yeah?
That was a 2v1 that
that's
Kenny
it.
should not have won at the end.
Dude, he was definitely trying to throw on the other side, right?
And he should have won that, and Shotzi's nade was absolutely planned.
You think that was planned? I gotta ask him.
Here's the
I
thing.
think he missed it. and
Yo,
made it short.
Shotzi gets
My
the
thing
interview.
is like, in your situation, you saw them, you know they're gonna chow you, so like you're nading over the wall.
You might be right. I just thought, like, he thinks the bush is coming there, he's trying to nade it.
I don't know. Shotzi's a weirdo, and that could have been a planned nade.
Dude,
We're
oh my
not saying
God,
it's accidental.
bro.
Off rip. Like people can't just say that.
That was my assumption.
My predictions was right, bro. I need
There's
Optic
something
to
there.
win 3-2.
Let's see if it's true. We asked production to see if they can
Oh
find the clip.
my
That's something I love him,
God,
bro.
So we're gonna have to ask the man himself. But name
Because
was
he also, like, didn't he start to get
That's
swung
what I
as he
love
ended up
him.
throwing it? Like, didn't he kind of, like, move with the throw?
Here, my assessment is like in real time, right? Like
Oh
most people,
my
I would say
God,
that that's
Kenny
an
1v2,
accident, but for
bro.
him, he
Nah.
sees both of them. He sees both of them, right? And
Oh,
it's like,
you're
okay,
in here,
they're
Slonk.
gonna
I
chow
thought
me.
you
They're
were
gonna
on the
slide out.
phone.
Why would I be nading behind?
Yeah, I'm
Unless I
on
think,
my
oh, alright,
telephone, bro.
All right, hold on.
Telefono?
Okay.
Yeah, telefono.
He's trying to
And
throw that over.
mobile.
He's trying to throw that over. bro.
T-Mobile?
100% he's trying to throw that over.
Fucking shit off, nigga.
I mean,
That's fucking
Is it an
insane,
ace
bro. I'm glad the team lost.
He's kind of standing.
Fucking cheater.
see it again. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You
Can
never
we see it one more time?
Well,
Is it
Super
possible
Team.
to run it back one more
never
time?
know with
Shit,
shots.
bro.
You never
We're
truly
down
know.
It just seems like
5-1.
he's definitely trying to throw the other side. Like, throw a little teardrop.
Yo, GG's green wall, GG's optic, brother.
Take a look at this.
Yo, me and
This is
Credo
a
were on our
lineup.
seats during this whole game, brother.
Yeah, but then he readjusts to
Oh
chow.
man, I'm glad we won, bro. Choke that, nigga.
But anyways, besides that, Shotzi was just insane. I mean, in this game, obviously.
And he killed Scrap, which is insane, too, because Scrap was like,
Dude, I
12
feel
at
like
that point.
my
I said it right
fucking
away, I said it. At least he got
heart was
Scrap.
about to come out dude, just watching that part.
Brother, that was
Dude,
wild.
We'll run it in
oh
like
my
6 hours for
God.
the official verdict on this. In the meantime, we got to celebrate another Optic Texas win and a
Right.
defeat for LA Thieves because
Yo,
I knew you were waiting until they won, bro. I knew it, because you said yesterday if they lost, you weren't getting on.
Optic for the second half of the
holy
series.
shit.
Lose that game for
Dude,
and a
so
huge
I was
5-2
behind. So I was like, by the time they was in the search, I started the hard play. So that's one reason why I didn't join up. Because I was trying to flip and I was fast forwarding it, and by the time it went round 11, I was damn. What I missed? What was I behind? Like 5 minutes? I was 5 minutes late or something.
Yeah. Dude.
Fuck, bro.
Shotzi's detonate?
Like, damn, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I know that was everything, bro.
some good teams in search.
Holy fuck, he got his on trade. Was crazy. He
Yeah.
threw a fucking Tom
And then
Brady into the sky.
Kenny plays terrible this whole map, and then he pops off.
And the clutches.
Yeah.
Oh my
Holy.
God. Dude, when it was down to him, I said, GG's, man.
That's freaking crazy.
Holy fuck.
I know Nate fucking losing his fucking mind.
Dude,
He
what's
told
crazy
him.
is that was almost on land, dude, because they're both in the hex quarters playing.
Yeah.
Holy
Exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was a good ass game. Holy fuck.
Dude, me and Critter on the edge of our seat when we saw they went 5-4. We
Nigga,
were
I
like,
had my fucking shirt. I had like my mouth in my shirt, like over my nose.
Yeah,
I was like leaning forward, bro. I was like tweaking. Jesus,
Yo,
that was
Shotzi
so
was even
cool.
shocked at Kenny, and Kenny just smiled, bro.
He said, oh my god.
Yo, he said you're freaking dog shit. You see this?
When you're gonna talk as much trash as he has on social, when you're gonna be that guy, you at least individually have to back it up.
after today. Shitter.
No, it was a great game both ways, though. It was a great game both ways.
Yeah.
Optic just clutched up when it mattered, bro. That's why they're one of the greatest organizations ever.
That shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, see y'all later, bro. What a shitter team.
What the hell?
Yo, when
Dude.
Scrap got that 2-piece, though, I thought it was actually Raps. When he got that 2-piece on Hook and Kenny, I was like, oh no. And then I saw Dashy. Yeah, I saw Dashy in the corner. I was like, oh, okay, we're good.
Right, like these monumental Titan type
Oh,
matchups. It's
yeah,
like
he
3-0 and
came
you're
through
pissed
and
off. It doesn't
fucking
end up showing you what you
lazed
want. But
homeboy
that
off
was
the
back
head.
and forth. It was everything
Mm-hmm.
you wanted. It's a good con, bro.
deleted
It's a
it.
blast.
We wouldn't get to that round 11 without this play. Let's take a look at your scuff play of the game.
Dude,
it belongs to the man.
I used to say it was fucking tied. I actually do think Shotzi's probably better than Hydra. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think so. I don't think so. I know.
Does more. He just does more. He's doing it all, dude.
Yeah. Well, Shotzi even said it himself. Like he said that Hydra's a good player, but Shotzi like sacrifices himself for his team. When Hydra tries to play for himself a little bit.
Like I actually believe him when he says like I can play for kills. Like that's kind of scary. Like if he's not playing, you know, like he's not playing for kills.
This was so much fun.
Just trying to be an annoyance.
The hype that we were building.
Yeah,
This is what we were
he's
expecting when we
great
saw
at
it. We
being
hope the
fucking
fans are
annoying,
enjoying the
dude.
show so
Hook
far.
was
And keep in mind,
Hook
we
was
still
actually
have
really
one more
annoying
match to go.
this series, dude.
Minnesota is
He was
playing Atlanta
frying
Face
these
close out
guys.
the night.
Yeah, an absolute banger. They went all the way to game 5.
You imagine?
50 hard points
Yeah.
in both of them.
Yeah, Hook
Okay.
had a
Minor, can't wait to see them
1.4
go
and
at it
Shotzi had a 1.3.
So could you imagine if Shotzi would have been put on phase though, when they were going through that whole like that would have been a scary scene.
Perfect, guys. Help me out.
I thought he was trying to talk to you.
Dale
I was here.
Shotzi
What's up,
simp
kid? You're
aid.
looking good.
I'm not sure if anybody beats
what's
him,
good, what's
honestly.
good?
He's like,
Like
finally.
that's a scary
Dude,
scene.
homeless.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I think you're looking good. Listen, we're gonna get to your play, but I have to know. Did you know, like Shotzi's nade to get the kill at the beginning of the round, was that intentional, or did he mess up the nade and get the kill? Did you ask him?
He called because he called out saying that he like seen 2 people, and then he called out like he got a kill before the nade went out. So I can't think it was.
I told you, dude.
I told you.
Bro, that was insane.
I knew it. Kenny, question for you. The hardpoint looks so much better today. You guys had an awesome P2 hold that we just haven't seen too often. What have you guys been working on in that game mode? Because you guys just look crispy there.
I just think in all game modes, I mean, the hard punch for sure, we're just trying to make the game consistent and kind of make it feel the same way every time we play the map over and over, or whatever map we're playing. So that's like the biggest thing is like our holds, you know, not getting too antsy, not doing too much, and you know, doing enough for each other. So I feel like our holds have been getting a lot better, and obviously it showed today versus a pretty good hardpoint team, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's just making the game consistent, like I said, feel the same way every time.
What the
I kind of want to hear about your responsibilities in Search and Destroy, especially with Hook joining and the changes with the team, because you guys have gone on like some runs, good and bad, right? Like you start off a little slow, you win 7 in a row, you lose what 5 then you win this. What's going on in Search and how are you trying to figure it out?
I think the main thing for me in Search is kind of like try not to do the same thing every round and kind of like switch it up a lot. Obviously being one of the main communicators on the team, it's like trying to, I guess, get as much info early in the round so that I can communicate and kind of like get a grasp on what the other team's doing. So I feel like that's really my role, is like taking these early chows, or you know, getting this early info on like this certain bomb site so that we know like how many people are there, who's there. And like I said, as being like the main communicators, kind of just my main job is kind of like direct the traffic and direct like where we should be going with the bomb and stuff. So
then when it's time to clutch, you clutch.
So you're IGLing. Could have said you're
Yeah.
IGLing.
Was there any doubt in that final round? Did you have a little bit of fear knowing that there were 2 left?
Once I kind of heard that there was 2 subs left, I heard where they were. I laid down in the top hallway because I kind of figured like, oh, they wouldn't go A just because based off sub. Like, I don't know. For me, I just predicted they're gonna be. I almost had like the worst timing, but when I killed the first guy, I kind of thought the other guy went deep left Lambo, and so that's why I got up and got like bad timing on him. But I definitely wasn't like worried about the 1v2. I thought the 1v2 was like gonna come down to gunfight anyways. I knew they were coming to me, so I was just expecting them to be in front of me.
Yeah, that's
we got about a week left before we head to Spain. What are you looking forward to most in Madrid for major number 1?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like the food probably. I'm always like super keen for like food that we're not normal to. Like when we went to Saudi, that was pretty good food. So I think that's the main thing for me is trying to figure out what the best meals are there. And honestly, I mean, explore a little bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, so is you a steak for that performance tonight. Congratulations on another W. We're going to show the standings to update everybody. Kenny, where do you think you're at?
These guys always excited about the damn food, bro. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I think we're definitely up there for sure. We gotta be.
Everybody's on like TJ.
Officially number 2 spot behind Toronto Ultra. They're ahead of Royal Ravens.
Yo,
and
so
now
Kratos said something, bro, which I
Any
think
doubt
might
that
be a little
Texas
bit true.
is starting in our top 4?
When we were watching the Thieves match, when they
we
the
saw
hard
some
point
moments
thing,
there that we just haven't seen from other teams. The ice, the
like,
tenacity, the end of that hard point, like
Thieves,
truly
like,
special series. And I think they're going to be in the dance.
I don't know, bro.
Madrid.
These just don't look like themselves
Thank you
when
for
they
joining
first
us
started this
live.
game
There
off.
are your standings, and there's still
They
one
started
more
off hot,
match
and
to
now I
go
just feel
here
like they're
this
not
week.
doing-
We are going to see
Not doing
Atlanta
what they need to
Thieves
do, and I think it's honestly what Nate Shot had to say, bro.
looking for just their second group play win.
They're not scrimming enough. They're not practicing enough. They're basically just taking leisure time. Like, I think the first time I saw them all like play something together was the tournament, the Payson 8s or whatever.
They've been playing Rocket League a lot, man.
Yeah, with Zuma.
Oh boy. That's serious. Him, Scrap and Hydra have been playing it a lot with Zuma. Dashy plays it a little bit with them, but
yeah, maybe that's Zuma's.
They play.
Maybe that's Zuma's plan, bro. Get him off their game.
Yeah, let's get him off the game. Yeah, the face try. I didn't even think about that. You know that's not what he's thinking. He's just trying to play the game. But,
yeah.
They have a little trio they run. Dashy plays with them occasionally, but not nearly as much as they play together.
Yeah. Dude, I just... Goodness, bro. This next match is gonna be crazy, too. Oh, yeah, they lost.
I got phase 3-1, honestly. I think
they're gonna go 3-2.
I know Rocker goes game 5, but I think that's over with. I mean, they can't just keep going game 5, you know what I'm saying?
Toronto won 3-1.
3-1.
Which is my prediction for today.
What was that Rams score?
28-22.
It's still going on, right?
Dude, that was good. That's a good ass game, dude. People were talking like the Rams were gonna get ran out, bro. They got too good offense to just get.
No, the game's already over. They lost.
Who'd they play? The Eagles?
Yep.
That's a tough matchup, bro. That's good.
Happy to be here.
Fantastic interview as always from Fan. Wonderful lad.
Billy, lie.
Bro, what the hell? What the hell is that?
Wait, that guy's bowling. Wait, he's watching bowling. Look. You see, he's watching bowling.
Yeah, what the fuck? I gotta throw, bro.
Wait, is he trolling? Wait, is he trolling?
He has to be trolling.
Wait, is he trolling? He's gotta be trolling, right? Wait, he's gotta be trolling, right?
No.
That's not right.
That's the end of Hardball map 1.
Easter egg from the CDL.
Might. Oh, the whole team might.
Yo,
I think they are. They're going to get a quick bit of a workout in. Come on, Vico, get up there, son.
Oh, remember when they did this to Optic, bro?
Team. Up we go.
What?
Pull-ups, and then they lost?
Oh, Vico, for God's sake, he's choking on main.
The pull-ups.
Yeah, on, bro.
For 2.
Bagra?
Oh, you talking about fucking, yeah, they fucking, yeah, I remember this. I was watching this. I was like, these niggas are doing pull-ups in our fucking face?
You're right.
What the fuck? Dude, I was actually tight about that. I was like, we don't win this series, I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
That's him.
Dude, I learned how to do that, bro. I did that occasionally. Do the little pull-ups on the bar after you get the defuse off.
Yeah. But it cost them the game against Optic.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm watching that shit, dude. But, dude, Fortress was a good map for HP, dude.
Remember when Paris Legion won their first hardpoint against the Thieves?
That shit was fun. Say what? What?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Oh, remember when Paris Legion won their first hardpoint against the Thieves?
Oh my god. Talking about when they came back down like 180.
Yeah. And then Clay just stands up and goes, "You're freaking dog,
you're fucking terrible."
Here we go.
You got
Intro.
4 fronts. He's screaming, dude. That was on main stage. I forgot about that. I thought it was online. Yeah, that was on land.
Main stage.
Yeah, that was crazy. Shit. I think maybe Rocker take the map too, but that's about it, bro.
I don't know what the map sets are.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Go ahead, play. I don't have 4. It's protocol.
You can
go ahead and play. I don't have 4.
Causing problems for big name teams. They play Atlanta FaZe, who won our minor and won.
I would play with you.
Well,
we still need one more. I don't think FaZe. I think FaZe plays.
I didn't expect that. I think this is one of the few times with FaZe.
Off the end, red card, protocol, red card.
Oh,
matches that this has been
yeah,
the case. Year after year, they have the most CDL points. They start out hot.